They said Biollante was huge. They said Shin Godzilla was bigger. King Ghidorah was excessive. Iris, unreasonable. They knew no box should ever be this big. Presenting a package so huge, your delivery driver filed for workers' comp. S.H.MonsterArts Legion. Now that's a large box.
And welcome to the Legion stream. Woo! It's finally here. And how did you guys like that trailer? That was something special there. All right, and we're joined here with Shin Rob Jira. Say hi, Rob.
Hello, Rob, and everybody else out there. How's it going?
Oh man, that was. What did you think of that intro? Did you watch it?
Yes, it was properly exceptional. The fire.
Oh man.
The solo.
Yeah,
it was great.
That was just absolutely bonkers. It had to be bonkers because this box is bonkers, and I know you guys see that this box is on the screen, but wait until I get behind the box because it is absolutely insane. And for those that are watching right now, if you're wondering, you know, it's a Bandai premium release, right? And they usually come with brown shippers. This is the brown shipper it comes in.
Jeez.
It doesn't come in a little thin one. This is a big, thick box that usually comes, you know, when you buy, it's when you buy in bulk. Usually they come with like 2 or 3 figures in these large boxes right here. Nah, it's just one figure in one of these boxes.
That is actual insanity.
It is absolute insanity. So, but I'm really excited, and I'm also terrified about opening this guy up and doing it live for everybody because there's just a lot to do. I was looking at the manual. When we get to the flight form part, you guys will all have to bear with me. I am sorry. I don't know what I'm getting myself into today, but we are going to explore the crap out of this figure. We are going to look at the box. We're going to do some size comparisons. There will be no variance comparisons of this. I barely got it in time right before the De Minimis actually ended on Friday. This was delivered to me on Thursday, so whew, dodged a bullet right there with duties. So, but moving forward, you know, it's going to make importing a little hard. Oh yeah, duties.
Highly comparable to that of a duty, those duty fees.
Exactly. So, but really quick, before we get into the meats and the potatoes, the salad, the corn cob, the cornbread, anything corn related, let's just look at the chat really quick, and then we will get into this figure and unbox it. So we're going to take a really, really close look at this figure. We might even assemble it. We're going to look through some figure comparisons, and let's just kind of get to it. I'm going to get behind this box right now. This is how big it is. I'm about 5'7" tall. This is about 2 feet long. It's about 14 inches wide and 15 inches tall. Largest box for the S.H.MonsterArts line. And in case you're wondering, if you thought, where's the brown shipper for this? Is it going to look the same as usual? It's not. This is the brown shipper. This whole thing is the brown shipper.
Good Lord.
Right? And normally, this is the kind of box that you get if you're buying it from the distributor. This is what it's usually sent in. They usually have 2 or 3 figures inside this or something like that. But for Legion, nah. But let's get into it. Let's open it up.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm actually going to have enough room on this table to do this, but this is what it looks like on the inside. It's got a little protector piece right there. Throw it up there in the front. That's it, guys. For everybody's reference, if you live in Japan and you ordered this figure, this is how it ships. It ships to you in this box. There's no padding on it other than the box itself. Now, people in Japan, the delivery system, they handle everything with the utmost care. So you don't have to worry too much about damaged boxes or anything like that, damaged product. But imagine being here in the United States, though, and getting your box delivered in this box, right? So,
oh man,
I don't even know how we're gonna do this. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do this. I might. I'm gonna try. Let's get it out. Come on.
Oh.
Pull. Pull.
You can
Rob,
do
I need
it.
some encouragement, man.
I believe in you so much. You can do this. You are the man.
Here we go. We're upside down now, okay? There we go. It's been released. We have full release. Holy cow. Okay, give me a second.
Yes, guys, we have to remember here that Legion is massive. It has 2 posable, workable forms and everything. A lot went into this. It's expensive because it took a lot to make.
This is retails in the US for $560, and in Japan it's 61,100 yen with tax.
Jesus.
And there goes the plastic. Throw that over
You can
to the
wrap
side.
your Christmas tree in it.
This, I mean, I'm looking at that shipping box. You guys should have seen the box that it actually came in, that came to me, because they didn't ship it that way. They shipped it in a different box. So it was actually padded and everything on the inside, but holy Toledo. That box is actually a cat fort now. Okay, this is it, guys. This is the box. And for anybody that caught the intro, those boxes that you saw in comparison, Biollante, Shin Godzilla, King Ghidorah 2019, and Iris, those were actually measured and to scaled in that video. So if you're just joining on this on the stream, you can rewind it. I don't have a cap on this. You can rewind it and watch that intro really quick, or you can watch it later. But that is to scale to show you guys just how big this figure is. I actually have Iris out here still, so I'll actually bring it up just to show you guys. But let's take a look at all sides of the box first. Massive! Absolutely massive.
Huge.
Look at that. That's how thick this thing is. Oh my god. Jeez. Man, I don't even have to get close to the camera. It's just there.
Yeah. Like, you're perfect.
Here's the top of it right here. And you guys ready for the bottom? I think we already saw the bottom a little bit, but here's the bottom. Whoa, the flight form. Check that out. It's there. Okay, before I open this up, let me go get the Iris box, because the Iris box is pretty on point with the King Ghidorah box. It's a little bit smaller. King Ghidorah, for everybody's reference, I actually did measurements and everything. King Ghidorah 2019 is still the tallest box in the MonsterArts lineup. It's still the tallest, not by much. It's like it's like a millimeter. That's how much taller it is. So, but for everybody's reference, we'll get out Iris here, and I'll just show you guys just how different it is. Oh, you know what that sound was? That was the box coming out of the shipper.
I thought you had a drill that went off. Look, Michael, what are you doing with the drill?
Let me just break into Iris really quick, right? Okay. Okay, so for everybody's reference, here's Iris next to it, right? Like, the box is off frame at this point for Legion. But yeah, I just want to show you the thickness though. Like, this one's about maybe 5 millimeters shorter than the Legion box on the height wise, but good God, look at the length, the width. Isn't that insane?
Oh,
so
God.
let's just see how many irises can fit in a Legion box, right? You got one. Got one. So about two and a little bit less than a quarter of iris can fit in the Legion box.
2 and some tentacles.
Yeah, it's so much bigger. Lengthwise, it's not so... Just to show you guys, just lengthwise, you know, you got this much Legion popping out still. So it's still not... It's in terms of lengthwise, it's not like, whoa, you know, but the thickness is what makes this figure so crazy and stuff like that. So, all right. Let's open this guy up. You ready, Rob? I'm like almost out of breath moving this thing, man.
I've been ready all week. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut together that a new gag reel with that iris box sound. Oh wait, no, I don't open from the top. I like to open from the bottom. So let me just open it from the bottom here. This box, I've seen a couple shots online from some folks in Japan, and this has got some unique packaging to make sure that your premium product is well protected so that, you know, they're not going to want people to call them and say, hey, or send an email saying, like, this isn't going to work, you know. It's damaged. Oh, how does this open up? Oh, it's going to open from the side.
Ooh.
It opens from the side. Okay, so doesn't open from the bottom, opens from the side. Everybody take a note of that.
Colin would like to know how heavy the box is.
I don't have a scale over here to weigh it, but I'll put it this way. The box that shipped through the postal system said it was about 17 pounds. That includes the external shipper and a couple other items I had in there. So if I were to guess, I'm thinking that this is about 11 pounds to 12 pounds. Maybe even 13. This is really heavy. It's a pretty heavy box.
Good God.
Okay. Did I open it? Okay, so here it is, guys. Here's the big reveal. Just falls down right there.
Beautiful.
You got your Bandai. Yeah, you got your Bandai stuff right there. This is the internals. So what you're seeing here, you got styrofoam right there, right here. We've also got the blister pack. So the big thing about this is that this is where the figure is, and then this is where all the accessories are. So let's pull one out at a time, and then actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just see if we can get it all out. Oh, it's actually on top of one another, so it is going to slide out all at the same time. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
This is a friggin' toy. My God. It's packaged like a TV.
I mean, it's pretty much packaged. This reminds me a lot of X Plus's packaging that they do. So let me just move this box out of the way. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Trying to make it so that I still have a clear walkway to get through. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Before we even do that, we like to go over the manual first. The manual comes in this protective sleeve right here. Let's open it up. Oh my gosh. So, wow. The manual itself, guys, is it's 4 pages long.
Good
and it's double
Lord.
it's double sided. Oh my gosh. What is this? Okay, so look at this. I have to do a panoramic kind of thing. So this is the whole manual setup right here.
Sheesh.
You got the bases and everything. So the front is just assembling Legion. So Legion doesn't come, I guess, fully assembled. And then the back side is the flying form. So we'll start right here. So this is to assemble the flying form.
Jeez.
We've got some work to do today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long haul.
Imagine doing 4 of these, Rob.
No.
No way.
No way.
That
Not
would have
for
to be
your
a
wallet.
Not for a live stream either.
Yeah, nah.
Wow,
Not for
this
your
thing
wallet,
is huge.
not for a live
I will.
stream.
Okay, so let me say this just right off the bat. Like, this is the accessories box right here. I thought I had an idea of how big these wings were. These are huge. They're like Let's
They
measure that really
they
quick.
look so small in all the solicitation.
Yeah, and all the
photos.
solicitation, they look so small. It's 15 inches. 15 inches.
Holy God.
So, okay, I'm not going to open up the accessories. Should I do them first? Should we do the accessories first? I mean, I guess they're not really accessories, but they're...
I say...
You know what? Let's open the figure first. Let me push this off to the side here. Like, how do I move this stuff? Okay. It is sealed, by the way, guys. It's taped shut, so you don't have to, like, really taped shut. So you're not going to have to worry about any faux pas or shipping issues or stuff. This is probably the best way to avoid any kind of breakages, right? I mean, it's got the styrofoam padding around it. I'm not familiar with how a lot of people in X Plus community collect and if they have any experience with, like, broken figures out of the box. But I feel more like this is secure. What do you think, Rob?
X Plus Shin Godzilla was broken out of the box.
Did it come with the padding like this too, or was it something else?
It was a plastic shell in a cardboard box inside of another cardboard box.
What part was broken on it?
The tip of the main dorsal fin.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think the way that they've done this figure, though, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem to worry about things breaking out of it. Because I think, based off of what I saw in videos online, some footage, that it's just the main body that's inside this, while the smaller parts are here in the clamshell, or the blister pack. Boy, they really got this sucker taped up really good, though. So that's great.
Those people at Bandai.
So, you know, we talk about the pricing and stuff like that of these kind of things, right? And what I feel like some people don't take into account that packaging is part of the pricing too. So, all right, here it goes. You know what would have been really great is if you open this up and it, like, smokes just comes out. A little fog.
A little bit of dry ice.
little drama while you open this thing up. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow.
Steady
Ooh.
breaths, Michael.
No. No. The chemical smell on this is unreal. Holy smokes. Whew. Wow.
Stank like a factory, huh?
Okay, I'm going to try and kind of hold this together while I flip it on its side, just for you guys to see what it looks like inside the box here. But that's what it looks like on the inside.
Holy mother Toledo.
So it's packaged in there. It's got a really thick plastic liner around it. So when I opened it up, it was like this. So I just lifted this part up. Let's take it out. Let's see how this goes. This is so, yeah. This is an event. So it didn't come connected like it showed right here in the manual. So this is the first part of the body. This is heavy. Holy smokes. This is so freaking heavy.
Jeez.
This part alone has to weigh at least 3 pounds. At least.
Good Lord.
At least 3 pounds. That's how heavy that part is.
Jeez.
Okay. And then it comes with the bottom half right there. Interesting. I hope it comes with the other leg, because this leg's attached, but the other one isn't. But it's not in. It's not like it fell off. So it's probably they probably just packaged it differently in here. But let's keep going. It looks like there are some accessory stuff. Oh, here's the other leg. They have it packaged separately.
Oh, thank God.
So, yep, there's the other one. Wow. The detail on this thing.
Justifiable, one could say.
Yeah. Let's, so there's actually, so it sits on top of a plastic liner inside the styrofoam, but then there's more underneath that.
What more is there?
Well, oh,
more leg.
This is not the leg. This is the pincer that I took out. So that's one of the pincers right there. This is the missing leg part that was underneath it. So there's that. Okay.
It's like an
And
alien autopsy.
I feel like it, yeah. Here's the other pincer.
Sweet Jesus. It's like that one scene from Independence Day.
Yeah. Makes
The
me
only
think of that too.
Independence movie.
Okay, and then there's this part. What is this?
A new
I don't
car.
Oh, I don't know what this part is for. It looks like a collar piece.
It's like a wishbone.
Yeah.
Quick, Michael, break
Oh,
it in half.
it goes in the front. It goes in the front of the figure. It goes like this.
Oh,
Looks like
okay.
looks like I'm gonna have to heat it up, or is it on ball joints? Nope, it's on ball joints. Okay. I thought it was like warped plastic, but it's not. It's on a ball joint. Okay, I think that's everything. Yes, that was everything here. Okay. What a figure. What a figure. If anybody opened this and they said that it wasn't worth their purchase, like, I get $560 is a lot, right? It's a lot of money to put down on this, but I think as you're opening this up, like, I'm starting to see, like, okay, I'm understanding why it had a pricier tag. But there's also, you know, there's also other things that go on with this too. Am I getting this in here right? Like tariff stuff and like that. Like this, if you did the conversion, somebody throw in the conversion really quick. What's 61,600 in JP?
61,600, you said?
Yeah, 61,600. Let's see what that is converted.
Conversion rate, that would be, drum roll please, 419.55.
Oh, okay, 400. How much?
419.55.
Yeah. So no way that they'll sell that for here in the United States for that low of a price. Especially, I'll even tell you, just that to import this alone, if I took it out of the bulk packaging that I had, is the stream frozen? No, it's not. Okay, good. It's good. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, I was saying the shipping alone, if I hadn't packed it with other things that I had to save on money for shipping, this would have been 31,100 in shipping yen. Yeah, that's how much yen it was to ship it, which is absolutely insane.
31,100, you said?
Yeah, 31,100. That's how much it costs to ship it by itself if you were ordering it online.
211.82.
Wow.
So for a combined total, that's over $600, I think. I don't math.
It should be, yeah, it should be, I know when I added it all up, if I had shipped it with the money that I spent on this, it would have been actually US MSRP, $560. But I had coupons and other deals that I used to make it that low. But yeah, if you had shipped it, probably, if you bought this off of Hobby Genki, I'm pretty sure you spent over $600 to import it. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do, guys, we're going to open up the accessory box right here. A little bit more of a clear view of that. So I'm going to just take each part out one at a time. It's not taped down, but there's a lot of snap-on parts for this. Wow.
Dear God.
Yeah, there's a lot. Almost
so
there.
why do you think they ship the figure in pieces, Michael? What's your take on that?
I think it's to avoid breakage in general, right? And I think they want to cut down on people if it does break. I think it's going to minimize actual breaking that happens. I mean, this thing is so freaking secure, though. I don't know how it could break the way it is, but I think had this actually shipped assembled, I think the box would have even been bigger. Yeah, it probably would have had to been.
Scary thought.
Yeah, it probably would have had to been bigger and thicker. So
okay. By them shipping it, in pieces, they were actually saving like money in such a way.
Yeah, I think so, because they were able to. I think so. I think that saves a little bit more money, because if you think about what this would be if it was fully put together and everything, how much padding and protection would have to be involved for all these small little delicate pieces. Because really in the foam packaging, it's just the large parts of the figure. That's kind of really it. But then in this packaging right here, it's all the smaller, delicate parts. So we're going to kind of go through them a little bit one at a time. But we've got this guy right here. I think this is the horn in the front. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it's a long piece of something.
It's long and it's sharp.
Let's see here. I'm going to try to keep these organized in a way so that it makes sense. So, but there are the little leg parts that go on the face, which aren't so little. So yeah, let me kind of keep this in the same order here that they've got this. I might take the camera off the mount so that we can get like a bird's eye view of this all on the table here. This is insane. This is absolutely insane how much is inside this packaging.
Dear God. That's a lot of legs.
It's a lot of legs.
And no red sauce in sight.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure I still keep this mimicked here. So they did. You ever watch that movie Mimic? Oh my gosh, there's even more. There's even more.
Guillermo del Toro's Mimic?
Yeah.
Of course. I'm a Del Toro standboy. I own all of his movies.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. I don't know what to describe these pieces. They're just like pieces that have to go on the figure. Like, I don't know what they are off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna show you briefly what they look like.
That's a pelvis.
And we're gonna like count it all up. Like, this looks like some sockets for maybe the bigger legs attaching to the main body. Oh, there's another one. So there was this top one here, and then there's a bottom one that's right there. And then there's more. There's a little tray inside of it with even more pieces.
Jeez.
So these are like, I think this is like the frilly part or something. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a ball joint connector in here. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Jesus. It's like a fully painted model kit.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep this so that it's... that didn't really work out. Looks like these parts just kind of plug in. This goes... So this was down the side. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to do this, guys, in such a way that I'm going to remember how it's going to be assembled. And it takes a lot of the guesswork out. Okay.
Dear.
So I'm having to take these parts out without letting them all spill out. Holy smokes.
Hey, Michael, smile for the camera. You got 36 people watching you.
Hey! Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
This is just before Michael loses his mind putting this thing together, so welcome.
Right? Yeah. Okay. And this one went underneath that part right there. I will definitely take the camera off the mount so you guys can see everything just on the table once it's all done.
Because there's more to unbox.
There's still more. There's still this thing to go. You guys wanted accessories. Like, the figure itself is the accessory, man. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see here. How did this go on? I think... No. Oh, that's right. It snaps on.
Yeah, one of those tabbies.
Okay. Don't worry. For anybody that catches this live stream out, I'm gonna like cut away a lot of this extra stuff. I'll make like quick edits so that you don't have to sit and watch me finagle all this stuff. The abridged version will even be shorter. I'm so behind on abridged versions. I've been so busy. I haven't even been able to do. I think since like Mecha Godzilla, yeah, I haven't done any abridged versions yet. Because they've just been releasing one after another. I'm just like, guys, I need a freaking break. And now we have until October 27th. Yeah, we have until October 27th for Godzilla 2000 from Mega Eurus.
Can't wait for that.
Oh my God. Do not fall over. Don't fall. This is also in a blister pack. So this is all the, it looks like the stands and the base is in this one right here.
Oh, joys.
You know what? It's the other way. I'm gonna do it this way. Oh my gosh. There's so much.
So much.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys, and getting through this with me and watching this. I'm sure you guys are all anxious to see this fully assembled, but that's the thing, is it's gotta be assembled. Okay.
Let's see. What do we got? T-Rex Jiro would like to know where you bought the Legion from.
So I get it from a proxy service in Japan. It's called From Japan. One Map from Japan. That's where I bought this guy from. And they run campaigns all the time for discounts and whatnot. And I was able to get it from them. For, I think, converted to USD, I think I spent $391 on the figure itself. Yeah. And then the rest was shipping, which added up to $560 at the end.
Jesus.
Yeah, shipping was no joke. I saw the shipping rate on Hobby Genki originally. I was like, nope.
Nope.
This is the base it comes with, guys. Look how big the base is. Like, I feel like in photos it makes the base look a lot smaller, but this is a flipping huge base. So, let's see here on the bottom of it. Let's see here. Made in China, not made in Vietnam. Okay, let's look at some other things here. So we have very unique stands here.
That is peculiar.
What am I looking at? What is this?
It's an Uncle Skimmy Dermish.
I don't even know what this is. I'm guessing. I have no idea, guys. Look at this contraption. It's all It's all connected. This is the most bizarre stand I've ever seen in my life. But it's a stand. It's something. Okay. Whew. And there's another one. There's another one.
Another one.
Okay, here's the flight stand parts. Here's your flight stand parts.
Those are some thick stands.
I'm running out of room. Another flight stand part. It's like a cradle.
It's the crotch cradle for sure.
It's the largest cradle I've ever seen. Another piece that looks like attaches to the figure itself. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Got that, got that, got that. Okay. This is cool, actually. So this, in promotional photos, I feel like this was painted black, but they decided to make it translucent. So it's a clear piece now. This is where Legion sits on top of the pedestal in its full body form. Oh look, another cradle piece. I think that's it. Nope, one more. Another little cradle piece right here.
Jesus.
Okay.
Did you get everything?
I think so. Okay. I think I got it all. Okay. That is everything on the table, literally on the table right there. I am gonna move out of the frame now and get behind the camera. 1 second, everyone. I have to get through this minefield of box that I threw over the edge. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nobody's gonna be able to get in and out of here. Wow.
Not even you.
Not even me, man. Not even me.
Yeah, I would definitely say Legion's about the size of a small dog and or cat in figure format because good lord.
So yeah, here's all those parts, all those pieces. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Don't worry, we'll zoom in too so you guys can get a better look. So we've got appendages, we've got funky looking stands. You got your wing parts, which will be attached through translucent ball joints right there, but they're big enough, so I'm not really worried about breakage or anything like that. There's these little pieces right here. You got your stand parts, cradle parts right there, more pieces that go on the figure. This is insane.
I can't believe all of that was in that box.
And then Legion itself.
Good God.
Wow.
Well, it's going to be an all-nighter, friends.
Hopefully not. All right, guys. We are going to go and assemble the figure.
Let's do it.
So I have the camera zoomed out right there. It's in autofocus mode, so hopefully things will be in focus as we're going through all this. But the first thing to do, the manual says, is that we got to pick up the figure here, and we got to plug it in right here into this guy right here. This is quite a unique... it's got a unique ball joint kind of setup. It kind of reminds me of Shimo's a little bit, but it's just... This is fixed. It doesn't move. That's on the rear right here.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't, yeah, it's not going to move or anything like that. It's just a fixed point that just plugs in. Now the bottom half is a ball joint, so that means that this is going to be able to rotate a little bit. So let's do this the best way I think I can do this, which is to hold it upside down. This is beautifully painted, by the way. This has probably got to be the best painted figure I've ever seen in the line.
Whoa, that's saying something.
Yeah, I think it's easier to paint things when they're larger, though. You get just... the smaller stuff gets a lot harder, you know?
Yeah.
To get those details in there, but... Okay, that plugged in pretty easily, actually.
Okay. Bagginzilla95 asks, curious, you unbox up to 4 figures. Are we going to see multiple Legion on here?
We are not going to see multiple Legion. I'll tell you guys this. When it comes to the variance comparisons, my passion has always been with Godzilla franchise and everything. And I think that most of the people that watch, or not watch the stream, but like that collect MonsterArts are here for Godzilla. So the idea is that it's easier for me to get to those Godzilla figures because, I mean, how many people are going to want to pick this figure up to me, pick it up from me when I'm done doing this review? I just don't have a lot of confidence in that. Because I don't keep these, if you're wondering. I don't keep 4. I have a variance program set up on Instagram, and you guys can join that if you want. But you guys, once when I post variance photos, people DM me and they say, hey, this is the one I want. I like that one. And then I sell it to them for the price that I paid for. And it's generally actually cheaper because we split it 4 ways. So, Rob, you're one of those guys.
I am one of those guys, multiple times over. Thanks for the Burning Godzilla.
Yeah. So, all right. So this is going to plug in right here. Pretty easy. Some of this stuff you don't even have to look at the manual for. You could just literally pick it up and plug it in. So we got a leg plugged in there. That's our second leg.
Right.
Got our second leg. So we've got that so far. Let's put some of the... there is a front piece. This piece right here goes on the front of the figure. So it's going to go right here. And it just kind of... It's not on a... It is on a joint. It is on a ball joint. So you can actually move this around, this piece. But the plug part isn't on a ball joint. So you just plug that in. Well, you really got to force it in there, though.
That's scary. Josh Knott says, thank you for the Burning Godzilla 2 Articulation
Hey, man.
series.
No problem. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you coming by. Boy. I'm not getting this one all the way in. I might have to heat this up to push it in. Oh, wait. Nope. I got it. I don't think it's all the way in. This definitely looks like it should go in further. The cavity space, by the way, is completely empty. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can just take this part off so I can get more leverage.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool. This just slides off.
Oh.
It just slides off. That's it.
That's how that one guy got the LED light in there.
Yeah, and then there's like a clear plastic part that just kind of sits to hold this together. So let me just show you guys what it looks like right there. So that's what it looks like on the inside. This part right here just slides off and on. That's it.
Nice.
Let me see if I can get this properly in there. I think the problem is I put it in at the wrong angle. There we go. It's easier to just take this piece off the ball joint. Should have thought about that. Now it's in there, secure. And then this will just go over on top of that like that.
Dear Lord.
Right? It's everything is something.
Yeah. It's like you need an engineering degree just to put the thing together.
Yeah. If you're wondering, like, if this is like would this figure be the kind of figure that somebody at like at a toy store would just pick this up? Absolutely not. No way.
Yeah,
no way.
I don't think
this is like.
I don't think cameras like that in the U.S.
Yeah. So let me just plug this guy back in. I don't even know if I even had this one fully plugged in the first place, but there's just so many moving parts on it. It feels like it's connected. It just doesn't make a pop sound. Okay. So far, so good. We've got this much of the figure done so far. I'm thinking that a lot of these extra other pieces, though, are for the flight form.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to put on the face parts, though.
Face parts?
Yeah. Oh, and the pincers, too.
So
let's get the pincers on.
Crab claw.
The pincers on the inside right here, if you're wondering after you take it out, like, oh, which ones go where, they say R and L on the inside. So this is the left side that will go in there.
Thank God.
Yeah, and they just plug in right there. I feel like they should have gone further out, but I guess they don't go that far out. So let me just plug this one in first, since I'm...
Well, I will say this much. Hopefully the whole assemble the figure out of the box thing just remains exclusive to Legion. Because I'm on the edge of my seat right now. This is nerve-wracking.
I'm not concerned about this building this part of the figure. It's large parts, you know? So I'm not really worried about anything like falling or breaking off of it. Like, these are really thick joints, so you don't got to worry about like anything thin or anything like that. For this part of the assembly, at least. I'm going to unplug it, though, just to get this part on. My goodness. It's just finding a spot to kind of grip and hold on to is pretty difficult.
Especially when everything is so sharp.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want parts to, like, collide when I'm doing this. Hold on, I'm about to lose my earpiece. Get back in there. Okay, there we go.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Yeah, the thing is like, as I'm trying to push this in, the ball joint is moving, so I'm trying to figure out the right proper angle so that I can get it to pop in.
Fun messy is a good way to describe what we're seeing, Robo Lizard. I'd have to agree.
Yeah. The thing is that once when you get this all assembled, you'll never have to do it again, unless you move.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you got people out there that are making like custom boxes for certain things, so who knows?
Are they?
Oh, I've seen people making custom boxes for figures that they never have to put away or what's the word? Deconstruct or anything.
Yeah.
It happens. There is a market for everything out there. Everything.
There must be. Okay. The problem is as I'm trying to push this down, the ball joint keeps moving, but I think I got it. Yes, I got it. I had to just find that right point of leverage. But this part came out again.
Robo Lizard is asking, have either you or I ever had a figure draw blood?
No. Not me.
Oh.
I've had it. What was that?
Super 7 Destroya cut my hand up. If you watched the review, you can see that my right hand is just covered in cuts. That was the only one, though, I think.
Okay, we got the pincers on. They're on secure now. And then we'll put the rest of the body back on. Or should I even bother putting this? I'm going to leave this to the last part, because now we have to do... now we got to do the we got to do the appendages. So let me just show you guys where we're at right now with the figure. So we've got the pincers on. I had to kind of really come from above it while holding the legs still to really get that in there. But it's secure. I don't think it's going to fall out ever again. This little collar part right here in the front of the chest, also you have to plug in, but it is on a ball joint, so you can move these pieces around. Yeah, so now we're going to put on the little legs in the front. So let me look at the manual here. Once we get this all assembled, we can finally take a good look at this figure. So this is on page number 2 now. I think
Josh,
it's the... Go ahead.
Josh would like to know, since this is just one figure, are you going to be keeping it or selling it off?
Oh, I'll be keeping this one. I'm too deep into Monster Arts at this point. I have to have every single one, right?
Yes, you do.
So, which I do. I have every single one in the line, even the other brands, other line brands. So, I believe that it's the shorter one that goes on top. I need a reference photo here. Yes, the shorter ones go on top. So, is there a marker that says if this is left or right? I have this mirrored how I had it in the box. So I believe... I don't think it really matters on these ones right here because there's no markings that say right or left side. I think it's just that as long as you've got it... Yeah, I think it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of go with... Wow, look at that. This back part of the shield, oh, that's so cool. It opens up. And it's super detailed.
Up?
It opens up, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, we got one in. It made a very disturbing sound like it broke, but it didn't.
Don't say that to me, man. Now I'm going to be even more nervous.
It makes like a loud snap sound as you're putting these parts in. I don't know if you guys hear it. Oh, that one didn't do it.
You calling me a liar?
Wow.
Oh, I agree, Colin. S.H.M.A. Big Chap, that's a blondie.
Big Chap. What about Big Chap?
Just discussing that it's not that great of a figure.
Yeah.
I can't get that dude's tail to stay on for the life of me.
You just glue it. Just glue it. Save yourself the trouble.
Yeah.
Even on the prototype that I have, it's awful on that tail. Oof. It doesn't stay on at all. So, but I'm not going to glue it because that's the prototype. I'm going to keep it the way it is.
Yeah. Wait. You have the prototype?
Yeah. So, Rob, do you remember seeing all the way back in the day when I did that stop motion animation? Anybody?
Michael, this is like ages and ages ago.
Yeah.
This is like 2014, maybe 2013.
Yep.
Whew, bro, I don't even remember what I cooked for breakfast last weekend.
Yeah. So Bandai had sent me the prototype because I had requested more time in advance to work on these stop motions when I was working on the stop motion videos. So they sent me the prototype. And when I was finished, they never asked for it back. So I still have it.
That's great.
And it's not, I believe it's the prototype that was actually used in the promotional photos. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a factory sample piece that was, so it was the finished like ABS example, wasn't resin or anything like that, but it was like one of the first, oh, the cloth stuck on my glove. It was one of the first samples that were done. So it wasn't, I'll put it this way. The difference between it is that the dome is still dark and painted with weathering details, whereas the final release, it's clear.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. That was actually not that bad. As soon as you figured out how to put these pieces on, they actually went on very nicely. So look at this. This is so cool.
That is fantastic. It's like a horseshoe crab.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points of articulation in every single one of these. That's crazy. So, wow. Okay, so I think that was the last part of assembly. Yeah, I think this was the last part of assembly for the figure. So let me just plug this part back in. And then we'll put this chest part. I'm going to experiment with this later. I'm not doing this on the stream, guys, but I will make a separate post with LED on the inside of it so you guys can see what it looks like. If I can get this piece back on. 1 second.
Oh, Colin says that's how we found your channel, with those stop motions.
Yeah, I just don't have time to do those anymore. If anybody's wondering, like, why don't you do them anymore? That's during that time when I was doing stop motion, that was my job. I was under freelance contract with Bandai, and I was doing those, and they were paying me for them. And then after we did Alien Big Chap, that was kind of the end of it. They were just like, yep, we're good on these. We don't need any more. And I was like, okay. And then I had to go find a different job at that point. So now I don't have time to do stop motion. So, and I just kind of missed being a part of the community in the video space. So that's why I kind of just started resuming doing these live unboxings this year to kind of get back into that. Because I felt like in the review space, there was a lot of people already, you know, that did MonsterArts reviews. Yeah. So I was just like, do you guys really need another person that does it? Even though I'm like one of the bigger fans of the line, but I was like, maybe we can offer something different. And then people just kind of got really negative about MonsterArts, especially when Hayav was introduced. And I think that's what kind of inspired me to, like, you know, we need more objective takes about things instead of
because they're not all bad.
No, they're not all bad. They have their issues, but like, are they really like throw your hands up in the air and like, I can't believe this kind of thing? Like,
not unless you're doing it for a check.
So, but let's try. Okay, I think we got it all assembled, guys. Oh, that sounded really good. I might have to open my own up.
It's got that nice crisp, just
Yeah. Okay, I'm just plugging the shield back in. It actually has a little hole that it plugs in at the top. I just had to find it. Okay. All right, I think we're good, guys. I think we've got it all assembled and everything. I'm going to put it on the pedestal. The pedestal part goes on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which side you do. Oh, wait, it does. Look at that. The plug-in right here plugs in just like that. Easy peasy. So all the rest of the parts on this are for its flight form. So it's not going to be used for. Let me just make sure. Oh, interesting. So, oh, this is beginning of the flight form setup. That's what you have to do. So beginning of the flight form setup actually starts on this page right here on the last page. So there's only 2 pages for the main body, and then there's 1, 2, 3. There's so much. There's like 6 pages for the flight form.
Jeez.
You know what? What if I break this stream up so that we do the main body today and we do the flight form tomorrow?
No, never.
You don't think so? We'll see how long this stream goes, guys, because like if this ends up going too long, we might have to split it up. Okay, I'm moving all this stuff off to the side for now, because this is all of the what you see on the table at this point. This is all accessories for the flight mode. There's so many. So all this cradle stuff, this is all for the flight form. That's going to be a whole to do. I'm going to try and keep this. Go for it.
Synchronize. I hope I'm getting your name right, fam. They're asking, I'm fairly certain you're going to find a way to get your own LEDs in this figure. Do you think we can expect to see a video about how you do that on the channel?
Yeah. It's going to be super simple. I already know how I'm going to do it. So, and I might make that available to everybody that wants to build it themselves, or I might even sell it to people that don't want to build it for themselves if it works out the way I'm thinking it's going to work out. Okay, guys, this is it. I'm going to put it up on this part right here, and it looks like it just kind of sits on it like that. There we go. You don't need the pedestal. I'll put it that way. This is just to make it look nice and premium, but you don't need this. We're just putting it on here just because it came with it. And let me see if I can get this closed, because I think the mandible, yep, the mandible was in the way.
Don't you hate it when your mandible gets all locked up in your forehead fucking panel?
Yeah. So I guess this doesn't close. I'm not familiar with the character Legion all the way, but it doesn't look like the horn closes all the way.
Gamera fans in the chat.
Yeah, it's kind of designed where it doesn't close all the way.
That might be a thing.
Yeah. I'm looking at it, and there's parts that are touching each other on the inside, but they're held shut by the magnet that's inside that. There's a magnet in the horn area right there. So, okay. There it is, guys. It's fully assembled. Let me get on the other side of the camera here. Oh my gosh.
Getting a workout tonight, Michael.
I am. I am definitely getting a workout tonight. Okay, and how are we doing? Our stream health is good. Excellent. Okay, let's get closer, shall we? There it is, boyos.
Oh.
Let me push this a little bit further back.
That is intimidating.
Okay. Wow.
That's a big bug.
Okay, there it is, guys. Rob, how long have we been streaming?
We have been streaming an allotted time of... Where do I check that? 71 minutes ago.
Okay. That's how long it took for me to put this thing together.
You were being careful. Nobody can get at you for being careful.
Okay. Let me just move my phone out of the shot here. Okay. This is it, guys. This is fully assembled. Yes, it all looks good. So that's the whole thing. Let's zoom in again. Starting here at the top. It is a beast of a figure.
You're darn tootin' it is. Wow. Sheesh.
Let's take a look at the back side. We're gonna go straight back.
The shading, the weathering on that back plate is friggin' nuts.
And it opens up too.
I gotta see that in action, man. Whew.
Let's do another angled from behind view right there.
Good God.
Yeah, the weathering detail is spot on. Looks great.
Yeah, magnificent. I wish I wasn't so broke. I would have bought the hell out of this thing. Whew.
Yeah, I would have suggested going to Tokyo Taco mode, but they are spreading tariff increases across all products, so they raised the price from $560 to like $670 or something like that.
Oof, Madonna me. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty up. It's pretty up there. So let's get a little bit closer. Let's take a look at the paint details of this guy. So let's start with the horn up there, right? So very, so it's kind of like a semi-gloss coating that's on this figure. There's matte finish, and it kind of is closer to the matte side of things, but there is still some reflection in parts. And there's the goober eye. Look at that, though. You got the inside part right here. The claws. I mentioned this already. This part opens up. This is more so for the flight form. Let's see if we can get some light on the inside of it. It may not work, but let me see. Yeah, you're not going to see it too well, but it is fairly detailed on the inside. Okay, see that a little bit better there.
Wow.
So I believe when it's in flight form, this part needs to be open, and there's a socket right there that something's going to plug into. I believe that's one of the big wings. But they detailed that. So this opens and shuts. Let's see what else there is. So here's the front of the figure. That's as closed I can get this, you know, after rotating it into those slots. It is held with that magnet sort of thing, so that's really cool. Continuing down, let's look at that honeycomb right there. Rob, you want some honeycomb?
Titties.
Look at that. Very, very well detailed on the inside.
Yeah, the detailing on that is nuts. Whew.
Yeah, this part moves as well. It's on a ball joint right there, so you can rotate that. Interestingly enough, these top parts, no ball joints. Let's look at the pincers here. So the pincers right here, they open. There's not too much, you know what, we'll get more into articulation later, but it's acceptable for what it is, you know? There's the front of it. There are some legs right here that's got like a fur texture. There are some weathering details that are right here on the leg. Oh, looks like there's a part of the fur that should be underneath that, so let me move that. There you go. So there's that right there. This part, it rotates, it moves, so you can position this however you want. That middle piece right there, it's on a ball joint. Let's look a little bit more. Look at that.
Just in awe, man. Holy God.
All those little small painted details right there. It's like kind of like, they're kind of like spokes or something like that, you know?
Those spurs.
The spurs, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, spurs.
Yeah, spurs.
What am I saying? So it's interesting because this looked like it was like a black piece that it sits on, but it is translucent. And then part of the figure right here, that's part of the sculpt that sits on top of it. But yeah, let's look at the pincer detail right there. Look at the airbrush. They really took their time with this.
Wow.
Look at that. Let me just rotate this piece up a little bit. I guess that's as far as... So it's interesting. You can't really rotate down. That's kind of its stopping point right there. I was trying to get it so that it was a little bit more separated, but that's as far as that's going to go. Here's the other leg piece. Wow. Let's look at the back side of it right here. Let's look at the back side just on the top part. I'm going to raise the camera for this. Look at that.
Jeez. I am in awe. I have very little words right now.
Very, very well painted right there. My goodness. Even on the back side of the horn right there, it's got some airbrush up there too. Other parts about the back side of it right there, you've got some more bug-like body appendage stuff going on right there.
Exoskeleton, thorax.
Yeah, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
The tail is very well painted.
I didn't
Very
even
nice.
know Legion had a tail.
Yeah, it's a very small tail, but it's there. Let's see here. What else we got? We've got this guy right here. The rear claws on the back side. I like that the tips have a little that weathering detail. So I'm just gonna give it a guess. If we were to have a variance comparison, I think the biggest differences that you're probably going to see with this figure, just based off of experience with Monster Arts in general, the weathering details is probably what's gonna be different between all the figures. Some might appear darker in certain spots, some might be lighter in certain spots. But for the most part, I think that you could realistically expect a consistent paint job. At least if you had one on its own, you're probably going to be a-okay with that. What a figure, though. Holy smokes, man.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin on that thing. Jesus.
Let's take some questions really quick. I'm going to take a water break while we're doing that about the sculpt. We're going to get into articulation in just a second.
All right, fam, load them in.
I just need to get some water here.
Questions.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, post them in the comments. Oh, there's a Gatorade in here. Oh, thank you. It's got electrolytes.
Electrolyte.
Anybody ever watch Idiocracy?
Yes.
That's where I got that from.
That was the Mike Judge film, correct? With
Yes.
Oh God, what's his name? Great actor, but he's not in a lot anymore. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna stop. No, you know what? I'm sitting in front of a computer. What am I doing?
Oh, Gatorade has never tasted so good. Wow. Okay. I just need to take like a minute break, guys. Okay.
Luke Wilson. There we go.
I'll even put some comments up here. Legion's eyes are translucent, you said. Is there any option space in the skull for the LEDs as well? I'm going to explore that later. Yeah, I'll explore that later. The head is pretty large, so I will disassemble it and see if I can add some LEDs in there. I think I remember seeing somebody in Japan take the eyes off. I think they're just plastic covers that go over a part. So, but I'll experiment. I'll get back to everybody on that in a post of some sort. She really puts the art in Monster Arts. Yeah. Got potato offshoots? I don't know what that means. Gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The texture work on the legs is great. Yeah. Yeah, being a larger figure, yeah. It's, yeah. Before the tariffs too, 380, yeah. Well, you know what? I got some news for you, Robo Lizard, on that right there. Even though you may have purchased it before, I did talk to Tokyo Taco Mode, and they said that once when figures come in, they may adjust for tariff pricing. So you'll have to pray that you don't get charged. Cast reaction to Gatorade is how I feel shooting videos this summer. Yo, seriously, that Gatorade, it brought me back to when I was like playing soccer in Little League right there. I was like, this is so good. It is much taller than King Ghidorah. We will do scale after we do articulation. We're going to do articulation right now. And then we're going to do the flight form. Actually, you know what? Rob, I think what we'll do is we will do comparisons before we go into flight form, because I don't want to disassemble it and put it back together after we do flight form. So let's do that. We'll do articulation. We'll do comparisons with certain figures. Not a lot, just a couple of them. And then we're going to go into flight form. Thirsty work putting this girl together. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Idiocracy. Yep, exactly. Terry Crews is the president for sure.
Yes, he is.
Is the smooth piece at the base of the giant horn translucent? The movie has lights within it. The smooth piece at the base of the... Yes! So there's... When you open up the horns right there, there is a translucent piece right inside that. I think it's actually attached to the eyes as well. So I think if you were to stick an LED in there, the eyes and that nose piece they'll light up too, if you do customization for that. Oh no, darn my good terrible fortunes. Yeah, yeah. I think if you were going to avoid it, like, here's the thing: the only people that are going to honor prices is probably Amazon. Amazon is probably not going to raise the price, so whatever you bought it at, you're locked in at that price. That's what they call the pre-order guarantee. Everybody else, though, there's a chance that you might get an additional bill moving forward of any releases. You might get an additional invoice or something like that. Can you do size comparison using Hiya figures too? Yeah, we can do that. We'll take out probably the ones that I have that are really accessible. I'll take out like maybe 2. I meant the big horn behind the head. Oh, the large piece of the horn? I don't know. It's fully painted. Yeah, the large horn on the top of the head right there, it's fully painted, so I don't think that's translucent. Neat. All right. Okay, guys. Let's get back into it, yeah? Let's go over articulation of this girl.
Well, let's do it.
Of this lady.
This fine gentlewoman.
Mm-hmm.
Although I really wouldn't call her a gentlewoman. The whole taking over the world and using it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's start with the head first, with articulation.
Let's.
So first things first, this doesn't look translucent. So I will have to open this part up later to answer that question, but it's looking pretty hard plastic and painted fully for that. But let's start with the neck area. So the neck, before I did that, the neck part, I'm gonna have to hold this together. So we can go up. You can go down. That looks like as far as it can go because it's being stopped by, there's a piece that's underneath here that kind of stops the neck from going down further than that. If that wasn't there, this neck could definitely go further. Let's go side to side here. Yeah, let's do some side to side. So as far as side to side goes, you can, some decent range. So you can make her look all the way over there. Make her look, it's just kind of like when you hold these pieces together, you know, you can get that rotation movement right there as well. You can do, let's see if we can twist it. Yes, you can twist it.
Hell yes.
So that you can get some twistage right there. I don't think it'll twist at this part. It's kind of stopped from the internals on the inside right there. So there's some sculpt that's getting in the way. But it's mostly at the head right there that you can twist. So you can twist it, make it look down and whatnot. As far as the appendages go, I lost one. I accidentally knocked it out. I don't think I had this one fully put in. I was suspect of that originally. Since the chest part came off, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys more about this. Just give me a quick second. I gotta find my headset piece that fell out. There it is.
Well, headset, where are you?
Okay. Yeah, so here's what this piece looks like, so you guys can see it better. So yeah, it looks like this on the front. On the inside, it's just clear like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just take my phone out. Actually, you know what? We'll use one of my other lights to do this. We'll show you guys how this lights up.
Please do.
So here, this is with a LED inside of it. So,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it really lights up very well. So you get some smaller LED on the inside of it. Yeah. Look at that. That's so cool. So I have an idea. I have a wireless remote system. So I might put an LED where you can control it with a remote, and it's got different speeds, different modes on it, like flashing effects and strobe effects. So, but that's pretty cool. Go ahead and turn that off there.
Wowzers.
Yeah. Oh. And then if you guys wanted to see what it looks like without that piece on there, she has no gut.
That's not Godzilla evolved,
Yeah.
is it?
It's kind of interesting because there's this floating piece that looks like it's on a ball joint, believe it or not. This part right here is on a ball joint, but it plugs in, and then you just plug this part, and then there's a plug-in that's on this part too. It's, oops, oh, dropped it. There's a plug-in piece right there, and it plugs into the hole right there on the chest. But now that I have that off, just to show you guys the articulation of the neck, that neck can go further down now that that's not on there. So yeah, it can look all the way down without that piece in the way. So let me lift that up there. Get this piece back on there. We were looking at the head and the neck articulation. It can move around. Let's open up this part right here because we didn't get to look at this when we were looking at the sculpt details. But this is that piece that I was talking about that's translucent. So you got this clear part right here, and let's just get, I'm gonna just bring a phone light because that's smaller. So this piece right here can light up with that. You guys can see that right there, how it's lit up. Pretty cool.
Nice.
But this whole headpiece is made out of translucent plastic, so I'm not getting much of a reflection through the painted eyes right here, so I'm pretty sure that you're just gonna have to take off this headpiece and then stick an LED on the inside of it, and that's the way that you're gonna make those eyes glow.
Very shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have it off the base right now, though. As far as the torso, actually, before we even get to torso, let's talk about these guys right here. The horn parts right here, they're on a they have magnets, so they just snap shut.
Interesting.
So when you go to, yeah, so when you go to do this, it just like about, it's not a strong magnet, it's just enough to keep it shut when you do it. So, but yeah, they can rotate though. They're on a ball joint right there where they can rotate around, and it's like a hinge system. Now, as far as these mandibles go, they are on a ball joint, though it doesn't look like the sculpt allows them to really go downward. Right here, it's kind of stuck. Yeah, the sculpt is getting in the way, so these don't move down, but you can move these front ends up and down a little bit. As far as these front parts right here, it's the same thing. The sculpt is in the way, so they can only go frontwards, backwards. You can twist them left to right. Even on these parts right here, you can move them so that they're twisting back and forth. So you can kind of twist that a little bit. Yeah, they're on that. And I just popped one off of its ball joint. That's fantastic. These ball joints are very, very tiny up here in the front. Ooh, those are very tiny. Holy smokes. But they went in very easily, so that's nice. As far as the appendages go, these are really cool. There's 4 points of articulation in every single one. So you can... I'm gonna have to just flip my screen up here so I can see what the heck I'm doing while I'm standing over it. So as far as this goes, you've got this movement right here. There's another point right there, so you can even get it further. Really get that whole crab look. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
As far as how far they can go, they can lift up pretty far, actually. Not so much this top one, but these back ones right here, they can go all the way back like that.
Wow.
So it looks like the lower they are, the further back that they can go. I'm not going to touch this one because it's not fully connected. I don't have a grip. I don't have the grip to to push it in with these gloves on. So, but yeah, so I'm opening these up as far as they can go.
Wow.
Zoom out right here.
Nuts.
Yeah. So, and then the back ones don't go out that far either. I'm gonna try it. If it pops out, it's not my fault. Okay, so yeah, that's what it looks like all spread out like that. These at the tip, so let me push this back a little bit more. So with these here at the tips, they can also twist in any direction that you want. They go 360 degrees actually. You can twist all the way around for all of these appendages. You can, oh, that was too far. You can get them mostly closed right there, mostly. The ball joints are very small with this, so just be mindful when you're posing this. If you ever decide to pick this figure up, just be mindful of that. There are ball joints right here in the ends, so they can twist. This is crazy. Like, you can get this in all kinds of different poses. So spread out, open up, closed up, nifty. So as far as torso articulation goes, let's see what we can do twisting it wise. We can go left to right about, look at that. That's got some decent range actually. You just have to kind of move the legs, these pincers out of the way, and you can get this to rotate quite well actually. Look at that.
That's surprising. Good God.
I'm impressed actually. Yeah. You go any further than that, this part's going to fall out though. You can see that this piece right here, it's supposed to attach to this part, but you can lift it up to get that extra range of movement.
Huh.
But there's parts of the sculpt that seem to... Oh, darn it, I just lost my headset again. So as far as tilting upwards go, that's it. It's not much. It's very, very minimal. Tilting downwards, there is no downward movement. This doesn't move down at all. Yeah, it's got sculpt, so much sculpt stuck in their way, so it's not going to look down, but it can tilt upwards. No problem. As far as this piece goes, let's look at the, let me bring this down a little bit. Let's look at the pincers right here. So the pincers, they're attached to the leg, believe it or not. This leg part right here, it's attached. They can rotate or tilt upwards and downwards. There's not a lot of range though. You can make them go inward, outward, like that though. This is kind of the general range though. That's kind of it with these. You can make it go down, you can make it go upwards. And the reason for that is there's this part right here that just touches the sculpt. And, you know, you can, and then also they touch the back legs back here too. So you just have to kind of be mindful for that. As far as the pincer itself goes though, you can open it and close it. That is as high as it goes for the pincer. Just a ball joint system that kind of goes up and down. Is it a ball joint actually? Yeah, it's a ball joint. So, but you can't make it go a little left or right because of the sculpt. Just very minimal. But it can open and shut. And it holds its pose very well. This front part right here is, you have to, part of the assembly, you have to be able to connect this together. You can, let me just kind of lift this up. So with this, you can rotate this piece. It's on a ball joint that plugs into the sculpt of the figure, but you can rotate this to move it around. And as far as these parts right here, there's no articulation on the actual appendage parts right here, but you can move them. So if I'm holding that, you can kind of move this and rotate it around. But that's kind of it. And that, I think the reason why it's like that is just, it's supposed to accommodate when you move Legion to move its torso and twist it around, it can just kind of twist along with it. Yeah, that's kind of it though with that. It can tilt upward, downward. Let's look at the legs since I have them up here though. We've got our leg movement. You kind of saw it a little bit. You can make the legs move this much. Oh, that's actually pretty decent actually. Up until this part, let me zoom out.
Oh, I am zoomed out.
Yeah. Let me move the camera back then in this case.
Egg window wipers.
Right.
That's funny.
So let's look at this again. So yeah, so the legs, they can, as long as there's nothing in the way, they have free movement. So the legs, they've got some knee articulation right there. There is a flap piece that kind of is a floating piece on a ball joint that can move. Rob, are you playing with the figure?
I am absolutely not doing that.
Oh, it's your chair
No.
creaking.
Well, my chair is exceptionally creaky, but a figure did kind of fall over earlier, and I wanted to make sure.
No.
It's okay. It's built like a brick. It's a McFarlane figure.
There you go.
You drop that thing off of a roof, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, there you go. As far as the, you can't really move so much of the part of the leg right here at the top. Can't move that much, other than just swivel up and downward, right? But the part at the knee, you can kind of rotate this left and right. So let me just hold it up in the front. I'm gonna try and not hold it by the chest. I don't know if you guys are gonna see it that well though. Yeah, so you can rotate these legs just like that. The toe is on a ball joint as well, so you can move this up and downward. The back parts don't seem to move, well, there's a little bit of movement. Where the spurs are, they look mostly fixed though. The part of the kneecap right here, it can not move fully upward past this point, but it can move downward. So you've got this much movement with that.
Plus, you got the fur stopping it too,
Yeah.
or whatever insects have.
Right.
I
It's pretty
don't know
neat that it's
biology.
got. Yeah, it's pretty neat that it's got that leg articulation in the front though. It's not collapsing on itself when it's put together though, so I think the display is just for long-term purposes though. You're not gonna wanna. It's not gonna fall apart or collapse on itself for in the long term, but it can stand without the platform. That's not an issue at all. Let's talk about the back feet, right? The larger appendages here. Interesting to note. So these parts, these little legs, because these will be easier to film. These guys right here. So you've got, these are hinge setups for these guys. So it's a ball joint at the leg, at the base of the leg. But then when you get into these parts right here, these are hinge. So you cannot twist these parts right behind this part right here. Like you can, this is a ball joint on this part. So you can get that to go up and down, no problem, but it's on a swivel piece that's behind it right there.
Huh.
Let me just move that a little bit closer. So yeah, it's a swivel piece that's like that right there. So you can't move, you can't twist it. So a lot of that movement that you're going to get with rotating the legs is going to come from moving it at the leg base right there like that. Same thing right here. The sculpt does get in the way of the main body like that. So you just kind of have to figure out a good spot. As far as this goes, oh, yep. It's just a peg. This is really hard. But that's what it looks like on the inside though. It's just a ball joint and then it's on a swivel system like that.
Interesting.
So even though it's on a ball joint though, you're not going to be able to swivel too much because of the sculpt that's right here. So it's really just, even though it's on a ball joint, it's really there just to secure it. That's kind of it. You can't twist that. All this, like when I'm twisting this part, most of that twisting comes from this part right here. So as far as you can look at that. You can twist it like this, Rob, though. Check that out.
Jeez.
So you can twist it like this. That's some pretty good range, actually. Just
yeah,
for
not bad.
Twisting by itself. You can make it. I'm gonna kind of have Legion face plant a little bit just to do this, but as far as that leg movement goes, like, you've got some range. Look at that.
Damn.
And I think the reason why it's like this is for the flight form, so it can really rotate like this when it's in flight form.
Oh, that's right. We have a whole other form to talk about. Whoops.
You're like, what? The tail articulation, it's pretty minimal. It can move up and downward. Trying to get it so that you guys can see it. Let me move these back. So as far as the tail articulation goes, it's kind of just inhibited by these pieces at the bottom. So you're not going to be able to get it to go down that far. Yeah. Oh. So let me, and one of those pieces just fell out because they actually are meant to plug in and play. This part right here, when you go into flight mode, you can take these pieces off. They just are plug-in.
What?
And these pieces will come off, and there's a whole new layer that goes into it with these guys. So I'll show you guys an example. This is the flight forms version that goes in there.
Oh.
So you can take them out and they swap them out. So I'm going to plug this back in, though.
They really thought of everything for this thing, didn't they?
They really did. They really did. Okay, so here we go back with the other larger leg parts now. So these guys, they can rotate all the way around too. So not only... I didn't get it. I thought I had it connected. I'm sorry, guys. I can't deal with that right now. So just for demonstration purposes with the articulation, this can go all the way back. You can rotate these legs at the hinge part right there. Pretty wide open, actually. That's pretty crazy. You can splay these out almost pretty far. Pretty close, though. Those just snap on in there. You can spread that out quite wide, though. Let me move this out of the way. Make it look less sad, right? But look how far you can splay the backside. Like, that's pretty splayed out.
Yeah, that looks like a Star Fox ship.
I mean, this is like its own figure itself. Large ball joint right there. As far as this goes, you can... it's on a hinge, though. You can't twist this part right here. Can't twist that. You can't twist this piece, but you can make this go up and down, just like so. So a lot of that extra movement, that's going to go like from side to side. You also have torso, a little bit midsection articulation too, by the way. Look at that.
Dear God.
So, yeah. You know, as far as articulation goes, I'm going to say like it's kind of like Biolante's articulation. It's a large figure. There's not a whole lot you can do with it articulation-wise, but there's enough there to do some movement, right? You can do something with it. So, and if you want to get really creative, you can disassemble parts of it and really get it to do whatever you want it to do. So,
which is nuts in and of itself.
Right? So let me get this all back out here. We're going to do some size comparisons right now. That was pretty much it for articulation. This part kind of wobbles back and forth. It's more so for the flight form, though, when you get to that part of it. Overall, though, I think this is it's pretty satisfactory for what you can do with it. Oh, that's why I wasn't doing it. You just got to watch out for these mandible pieces when you're going to close this, because it can get caught on that. So, but that's what it looks like shut there. So I'm not going to put it on the pedestal, by the way, for the size comparisons, so that we can have just a more accurate idea of how this is going to look stacked to other people. So let's put some requests in the chat, everybody. What do you want to see this thing stacked with? Now is the time to do it. What do you want to see with this guy? Gal, whatever you want to call her. It. The queen.
Them. Yeah,
what do we want to see next to him? Yeah, go ahead and post that up. I'm going to go ahead and grab one while people are coming up with ideas.
Oh, wow. Shin Godzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah, Revoltech Legion if you have it.
I do not have the Revoltech Legion, so there is some photos that are online, though, that some people have posted already with that there.
Alrighty.
Let me go into the treasure trove here, as I like to call it. I think it's important that we get this out of the way first. Before we get any other figure out, we need to see just how big this is compared to one of the other largest figures, and not the largest, but the widest figures in the line. Rob, you know what
King
it's going to
Ghidorah
be?
2019.
You think so? I mean, that one is pretty wide. We are going to bring out 2019 Ghidorah. Yes, we will bring that one out.
There you go, Josh. Confirmed.
It's happening. I made a special arrangement. I made a special arrangement just for all y'all. Okay.
Godzilla evolved in a soda can.
What? A soda can?
All
All right, guys, here's our first comparison. How does Legion compare to Biollante?
Sweet Jesus, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
There it is. This is the first version of Biollante.
This is the one that I didn't just talk about on my channel live now. Check it out.
Correct. So Biollante still got, you know, that width because of the tentacles, but if you took the tentacles off of Biollante right here, you would have, I think that they're about the same thickness, really, actually. Now, as far as the bigger figure goes, though, I think that goes to Legion by comparison.
Yeah.
Like, here's our side-to-side comparison right here. Legion is just the bigger. It's just bigger.
She got more junk in the trunk.
Yeah. So, you know what? I never Kiki fixed my Biollante's joints for the original one, but they're holding together pretty well. I'm actually kind of impressed. So, the difference is with Biollante. Biollante originally debuted at $230 with an LED inside of it back in 2013. In 2020, it was reissued again through the special color version, and the price jumped to $295. So, and the reason why this one was $295, even though it's not too long ago, is just because they're using an existing mold. It's not brand new tooling or anything like that. And with this day and age of how much things cost, when you make something that's brand new, you're seeing what the costs of that steel mold is today versus a steel mold that was made back in 2013. So in Legion's case, Legion was in production for 2 years behind the scenes. That's how long it took them to make this figure before it was before it hit solicitation. So, but yeah, Biollante and Legion together. Wow.
Two of the biggest girls.
Crazy, right?
Insanity.
Who else do we want to see? What were some other ones that were listed there?
Mecha King Ghidorah, Godzilla evolved in a soda can. King Ghidorah 2019.
King Ghidorah 2019. I have Mecha King Ghidorah as the closer example. So let's you know what? Let's just get 2019 Ghidorah out of the way. How's that sound, fam? You guys want that? Is that what everybody wants? 2019 Ghidorah?
Hell yes.
Rob's like, yes. Do it. Make it so. Make it so.
Make it so, number one.
Okay. You know what, Rob? Just for you, I'm gonna make a special appearance for you here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm digging in the treasure trove as we speak.
Bro is deep in the cabinet right now.
That's right. Because, you know, as you know, King Ghidorah has to sit in the back of the cabinet space in order to make room for the figures in the front. But we're going to make our way to 2019 Ghidorah. But before we get there, let's bring out GMK Godzilla.
Oh.
This is the first version of that figure. So here's your GMK Godzilla, scaled next to Legion. What do you think, Rob? What do you think, chat?
He looks small.
Ah, he's just a little small guy, that's all.
He's just a little guy with his beer gut and his anger issues.
He does got anger issues. I can attest to that. I can attest to that.
Got it.
So yeah, they look good. Let's do a side-to-side view here. Look at that.
Bruh.
And GMK is actually a bigger figure in the Godzilla line too.
That's nuts.
Insane. And we'll bring out Gamera too, don't worry. It's not always going to be just Godzilla stuff. But here's for you, Rob. This is for you.
Yes! The boy!
This is, for anybody that's watching still, it is our Godzilla Earth with our green metallic paint job.
Let's go.
The side right there, side view. Godzilla Earth is a larger figure in the line too. Look at that.
Yeah, he is a big boy, and oh boy.
Yeah, he's up there. This is like standing mostly straight too.
Straight as you can get him, because he just got the hunch.
Yeah, he got a bit of a hunch.
He's got those dancer's legs too.
Let's get that front view. So they look like they could be like estranged brother and cousins. Estranged cousins. Like, I married into this and I am not happy about it, but we accept her. Oh, wow. Okay, let's get some other ones really quick. I'm going to leave Godzilla Earth there. Let's compare it to...
I'm also seeing...
I heard Mecha King Ghidorah, so I'm going to get to that one out too eventually.
We've also got Suko and Godzilla 64.
Suko? You guys want me to put poor Suko up against Legion?
Smallest S.H.M. figure next to one of the bigger ones.
You want me to, like... Oh, guys. Suko's like... He's gonna get eaten. Like, I'm pretty sure Legion is what Suko has nightmares of in the New World.
Probably, I mean...
Like he's got to watch out, because, like, shit's coming for him. Okay. We're bringing out King Ghidorah, the 2019 version of it. Give me 1 second, fam. After this, I'll try to get Mecha King Ghidorah out.
Good God. Look at my boy. Just standing there in all of his excellence.
Kind of makes you feel like a proud father.
Oh, it really does. Makes me want to go get mine and just start playing with him.
All right, so we're going to move this guy off. And we're going to put King Ghidorah 2019 version.
Geez. There he is. The mustard stain himself.
Yes. There we go. I just have to position this because I'm not using stands to hold this guy up. So there we go. Are we going to stay? All right, there it is. So, yeah, King Ghidorah 2019 is still much larger than Legion by quite a bit. I would glue his wings on, but man, if I ever need to put it back in the box, I can't do that. But yeah, so Legion is a big figure, but King Ghidorah 2019 is just it's the wingspan. You know, if you take the wingspan away, it's still impressive height-wise, you know?
But he a French fry at that point.
Let's look at the side view here.
Jesus.
There's just way more going on with Legion, right?
Yeah. Ghidorah's just all wang.
Yeah. So, and that's the original 2019 figure right there. So I like to switch it up instead of grabbing the special color version all the time. Let's do a few more. Let's see here. Who else can we get?
Who's he gonna bring out?
I'm working my way to make a King Ghidorah right now. So let's get Anguirus out. How's that sound? You guys want to see Anguirus compared to Legion? And then when we get past Mecha King Ghidorah, we will bring out some Gamera characters.
No need to be rude there, Godzilla 97.
Okay. All right. So let's take out King Ghidorah.
Oh, Michael, why would you do that to the good boy?
You know. Gotta make way for other people. You know what? This Ghidorah, he's not fun to pose, but I can get some pretty cool shots with him. Okay, so here is Anguirus with Legion.
Dear God.
Look at that. He's so teeny. And Anguirus, by the way, is no slouch. Like, it's a bigger Showa figure.
It is, and Jesus.
It's like front view.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. So that's Anguirus there. Let's bring out Mecha King Ghidorah. So here's your Mecha King Ghidorah.
Huh.
They're not bad, actually. You know, Mecha King Ghidorah's got some width. This is the Shinjuku version.
Dear God. Legion still kind of makes Mecha King Ghidorah look just a bit small.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. If we took a little Godzilla and put it out there, for sure. Let's get some Gamera out here. How's that sound? We've seen a couple Godzillas. Let's get some Gamera villains out here, because it's not just a Godzilla show, right? We got to give some Gamera villains, some people some love here. So we're going to get out Rebirth Gamera to compare, and we will bring out the recent Gamera release, and we'll bring out Iris as well.
I still need to get Rebirth Gamera. Ugh.
That one is mostly out of retail, except for maybe 2 places that I know of. So,
no.
Yeah. So we're going to start with Rebirth first.
Look at that guy. Heck yeah.
Okay. So here is Rebirth Gamera, next to Legion. That's not bad. Rebirth Gamera runs a little bit bigger than the other Gamera figures.
Jeez. That's still like damn. That's a
Yeah, it's a bulky figure.
I need it.
Rob, do you like turtles?
Oh, I very much do like turtles.
I like the turtles. You know what I just realized is that Legion's legs are not all the way straight, so it's not standing at its most tall. There we go. Now it's standing correctly.
Of height.
Yeah, so that's more accurate to what it's supposed to look like. How about that? My goodness. So that was Rebirth Gamera. Rebirth Gamera is heavy too, you know? This is like a 6-pound figure.
Silly Fish says, wish it was bigger.
Alright, so Gamera. This is the newest Gamera, the Sendai Decisive Battle version. And that is how big it is compared to Legion.
Dear God.
He's just a baby.
He's just a little guy.
Let's do some side comparison here. So there's Gamera. So I saw some people posting like, oh, they shrunk Legion's size down, and it's really just about perspective and, you know, what kind of camera you're using, you know, distortion angles and stuff. But Gamera is not a tall figure compared to Legion. Legion is definitely much larger.
Wow. Oof.
Okay. We have a request for Suko.
Yeah.
Let me
multiple requests for Suko.
Multiple requests for Suko. I think this is the first time I've ever seen so many requests for Suko. But I will happily oblige with that.
Wish it was half leg size.
Okay.
That's funny.
Prepare yourselves. Here is Suko with Legion. Hold on. There you go. There's your
Sweet
Suko with Legion.
Jesus. My God.
I will bring this
Wow.
closer just for you guys because he's so small and so tiny. Yeah, Suko is... Poor dude. He never stood a chance.
Not even close.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Michael.
Oh, no. Hold on. We're going to make this work. We will make this work.
So I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah. So the story goes like this. He's just a cool dude about to get eaten, that's all. Mm-hmm.
Eh.
I wish I had the scared face on right now instead of the neutral face. Okay.
Ideas for photos later.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get all the small guys, put them together, and have them just like look at Legion and like, what is this thing, you know? Okay, let me grab Iris, and that will be our last comparison for this.
Okey-doke.
Iris is all the way on the top shelf, but it's by itself, so there's that.
At least
I just have to stand on something in order to get to it, that's all. Ah. Come on, Iris. Come on down. I feel like it's like I'm trying to coax an actual animal to come down. Come on. It's all right. All right. We got Iris.
We're not gonna hurt you.
We're not gonna hurt you. It's okay.
If anything, you're probably gonna hurt us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here is Iris in its mighty glory. Let me just position it so it's actually standing straight. Iris is a really cool figure too. Like, it's got some really cool definition to it and whatnot. Let me just get the tentacles down to help prop it up.
I was too broke to partake.
Oh, did you? Well, the nice thing is that Iris is still available at certain other places that just haven't marked it down for sale yet. So I think that this will be hitting a Black Friday deal for sure. So here is Iris next to Legion. Both big villains.
Very big.
They look good together.
But where's Legion, Soldier, and Gauss?
Okay. So there's that. Okay. So it's already 10:20 at night, guys. So you know what? I think I am going to split these streams up for the flight form because there's just so much to do with it. I'm pretty feeling beat out here right now. So with how long have we been streaming, Rob?
We have been streaming for 2 hours.
Yeah, so here's what the plan is, fam. We're going to not end just yet, but we're not going to do the transformation today. We will do that one tomorrow. This will be a part 2 live stream. So I will have more energy to do that and get through it tomorrow. But for now, what we're going to do is some Q&A to kind of wrap everything up here. You guys can feel free to ask questions more about this figure and everything tomorrow. I will go ahead and probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock ish. The latest 8 o'clock we'll pick up and do this stream at night, but for the Legion getting changed up. So, but there's a lot of steps involved. There's like 5 pages of accessories that have to be swapped out. I just don't got that in me right now to do it.
That's completely understandable.
This figure was already an undertaking just to get it up and going and everything, and there's a lot of parts to swap out and everything. So we will make this a part 2 stream. When I do the abridged version of the final of all this stuff, it will be put together in one stream for y'all to watch. So but for now, let's just do some. I gotta sit down and let's just do some Q&A right now, really quick. Feel free to ask questions about the figure, about SDCC, the line in general. If you guys have questions about the recent de minimis and the tax situation, that is also okay. We can talk about that too. The more education on that, the better. So, by all means, let me just get some water.
Summed it up.
What's that?
Even pulling it out of the box was an effort.
I don't think. I think we got like an hour into it. No, 71 minutes is what you said, right? To assemble everything.
Yeah.
So that was insane. All right, so let's look at this. It's so beautiful, but damn, that price is crazy, bro. Like, I'm getting the price. I'm feeling it. Like, sitting there and doing all this stuff, like, I'm understanding it a little bit. It's still, honestly, like, I really think this figure, had I not known anything, I would have thought it debuted at $350. But that $560, I was like, whoa. I think if it didn't transform into the second form, it probably would have hovered around the $400 price range, though. I think the transforming gimmick definitely added. Because based off of how many parts I see, like, every part costs money. You know, every single little piece costs money. So even if they're small, they might cost a lot. And you have to remember that the folks in Japan are paying in yen, and the yen is depreciated like crazy. So it's yeah, I get it. And also they didn't make a lot of this stuff, probably, you know. I mean, at least for the United States, it's an allocated amount, but in Japan, they had a certain target goal, and they hit that goal. They hit that goal probably even a little bit more for pre-order. So, but there's not a lot. There's not a lot of Legion that are out there. So, let's look at this. Let's see here. Josh, what are your top 5 Godzillas you'd like to see added to the MGP line? Well, we have to remember that the MGP line is of existing monsters of Godzilla characters, right? There's no new ones. So I would like to see, in that case, 1962. I'd like to see 1964. I don't think that they'll do a 2.0, though, if they do it that way. If they make it bigger or not, I think that they will keep it the same. So I'd actually like to see 1964 get a reissue, a 2.0, not a reissue, a 2.0 before it goes into MGP. But I'd also like to see Sakai's Godzilla 2000 hit that. I think that's a pretty good candidate.
Absolutely.
And I think for people that like the 1995 mold, I think the 1995 Godzilla, that's the adult junior version, I think that would be a good one to put for the 95 Godzilla, since they just did Burning Godzilla. So, I mean, sorry, for Godzilla versus Destroya. And then I think that was 4, right? So, and then the last one, I would like to see I'd like to see 1972 come back again. Yeah, 1972 Godzilla in a darker paint color scheme instead of the green color.
I'd be down for that.
Do you plan to redo the LED soft mod for Biollante? Yeah, you know, haven't really thought about that. That kind of came and went, and I still have the parts to make that. So Mahep, if you really want that part, let's talk afterwards, and I can maybe just put that together for you. So yeah, but that soft mod is a really cool mod. It is really, really cool. I'm a little bummed out because somebody had, at one point when I made that mod, they were like, hey, you know what? They said you should buy an RGB light. And I was looking online, and there's only one person that makes an RGB light that fits inside the cavity, and they raised the price so much now. Back then it was like, I think it was like $29, and now it's like $50 to get it. So I was like, man, I should have bought an extra one for myself at the time. But the RGB was cool because you can control it with your phone instead of a remote. Rob, you'd like that too, actually. Rob, did you ever see that LED soft mod video I did?
No, I didn't, actually.
I will send it to you after the stream. You can watch that, and it really enhances Biolante's look. It's a soft mod. It's just a piece that you put inside the cavity, and you can still use the original LED at the same time to make it really glow, but it has fading and strobe settings that you can do. So it really enhances the figure. And you don't have to take anything apart permanently. It's a soft mod. That's why we call it soft mod.
Oh, things to know before I own a Biolante.
Yeah. If Legion gets a decisive battle version, what would you like them to make? I don't think that Legion's ever going to be done in this line ever again. I think they went all out on this figure. Same thing for like Iris. I think that's a one and done figure. But if they ever do a decisive battle version, I've heard people say that they'd like to have it have battle damaged parts. Sounds like that's pretty integral to the character towards the end of the movie, that it's got a lot of damaged parts on it.
Oh, it does.
Silly fish. If only it was 1.4 meters tall and 0.5 meters long. So specific. Gojira is the goated goober says, Tass and Shin Rob Jira, what are your favorite Gamera movies? Rob, you go first.
Ironically enough, my favorite Gamera movie is Gamera 2, The Advent of Legion. It's my favorite Heisei trilogy movie. It's my favorite Gamera movie overall. It's so good, start to finish. Just beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Absolutely.
Don't hate me, chat. Don't hate me. I've only seen Gamera Rebirth. That's it. So
what?
I guess Gamera Rebirth is my favorite then. I mean, it's the only one I've seen, so I have not made my way out to watch the other Gamera movies. So I'm
breaking into your house with my Gamera collection. We're sitting down. We're watching all of them back to back.
Gamera watch party. Maybe I should do that. The first time I watch it, we should just do a big watch party stream with the chat and everybody and get my reactions to it and all that. That'd be great, right?
Yeah. Well,
here's the thing. I may say that I like turtles, but I'm just referencing a meme.
I thought turtles.
Did you see that X Plus Legion Soldier set that's coming out to 500? Yes, I did see it, and I saw somebody post photos of the Legion set with the Legion here. And you know what's great is that the Legion set is actually 700. It's the scale is 1/700, right? So they actually are, from my understanding, they're in scale with the figure.
Wow.
Because I don't think the Soldier Legion is actually very large, right?
I mean, they're large to humans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when you compare it to, like, Godzilla and stuff like that, they're about the size, a little bit larger than humans, though, right? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but there's a photo that somebody took on Twitter. I will find it and try to share it with other people, but they look like they're in scale, so.
Which is
awesome. Robo Lizard's into it. Josh says, do you think they'll do more concept style figures for the line, like Yuji Sakai's Godzilla 2000, like maybe 54 Train Biter style, or even poster version Final Wars? Yes. They are not done with concept styles or anything, but they are not going to happen often.
So
they're open to the idea.
What you're telling me is that there is a possibility that they might do Maquette 54 as an S.H.MonsterArts figure.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that could happen. The only concept figures that we actually have in the line, and you know, it's hard to get your hopes up for it because it does not happen often. You have the Yuji Sakai concept, and then you have the poster Mechagodzilla. That was the Tamashii Mix figure.
Oof.
And the only reason why that Tamashii Mix figure came about was because the guy that was over there in Tamashii Nation's R&D was like a big fan of it, and he went up to the company heads and he was just like, I really want to make a figure of this. And they just said, if you can make it happen, let's go for it. And that's how it was made. Because nobody asked for it in this line. This was purely somebody internally at Tamashii Nations that was a big fan of Godzilla and was just like, I've always wanted a figure of this. Can we make it happen? And this guy supervised it from beginning to the end to get it right. And it looked really cool. And that is something that we will probably never ever get in articulated form besides that figure. So if you can track it down, even if it's $300 now, $400, just get it. Do yourself a favor, because it's going to go up even more and more. And it's never going to get reissued because it was a premium Bandai exclusive.
Shout out to that guy. Following his dreams, man. Making it come true. Salute.
Ultra Woman Greek. Oh, we're talking about things that I don't even know what that is. What is this? Ultra Woman Greek. Do you know what he's talking about? And her brother's base forms from Godzilla, MV, and Gamma Rebirth.
Ultra Woman Grigio.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Base forms from Godzilla, MV, and Gamma Rebirth. I know the character. She's orange and silver and everything. She's adorable, but her brother's base forms versus Godzilla Monsterverse and Gamma Rebirth. Ooh, I don't know about that. Godzilla from the Monsterverse is overpowered, and Gamma Rebirth, he's a durable turtle. So I'm gonna leave that one up to a tie.
I am going to coin that, and I'm going to merchandise this for everybody. We're going to have hats that say durable turtle on there. He's a durable turtle.
Or you could get even weirder with that and just say durable turt. Not even turtle, just turt.
But then you lose the whole the rhyming with it, you know? Durable turtle.
Herbal. Durable turtle. Yeah.
Right. Do you prefer articulation or detail? Oh, that's really tough, you know? Here's the thing. Here's my stance on it. The reason why I get these is because they're super articulated. But I also get them because they're highly detailed, right? If we just talk about detail in articulation, what's more important? I like the details. The details is what drew me into the line first before even seeing articulation. Like, I remember walking through the store. It was like a Tokyo Lifestyle store, and I saw Godzilla 1994 sitting there, and I was just like, I did a double take, and I was like, wow, that looks really good for a toy. Because the only toys I had up to this point were Trendmasters Godzillas, and, you know, they're cartoony looking, toy style, right? So, and I picked it up, and I was holding it, and I was just like, whoever made this toy really captured the look of this Godzilla. Like, this is great. And then I looked at the price tag, and it was like they were asking for $150 or $40 for it, and I was like, nope, not doing that. And I put it back. But then I did some research online because I was still thinking about it when I got home. I was just like, I think it was called S.H.MonsterArts, and I was at the Toho Kingdom forums at the time, and I looked it all up, and I was like, oh, this is a whole thing. And I saw the little preview, and it wasn't stop motion for the video, but they were moving the figures with green screen and people in green suits and everything. And I was like, I got a little inspired from that. I was like, I could make stop motion little videos with these figures. And then my wife went out and bought me the King Ghidorah MonsterArts 1991 figure for Christmas. And I was just like, okay, this is so cool. Awesome. And I went back and found where you can get these things online for significantly cheaper than Tokyo Lifestyle at the time. Like, I think MonsterArts had just debuted in the United States, and they weren't even like, they were just on sale because just not a lot of people knew about them online. So you could get Godzilla for like $60 or $40 at one point. I think at GameStop it was as low as like $30. I went to a local comic book shop and I picked up Rodan, Fire Rodan, for like $26 there. Like, just not a lot of people knew about the line, and they were just sitting on shelves. It wasn't until 2014 Godzilla came out. That's when everybody found this, really discovered this line, and that's when everything really started selling out. And then the prices began to go up a little bit more because the yen, when MonsterArts debuted, yen was really strong, and then it started its depreciation in the end of 2013, beginning of 2014. That's when it started its depreciation. That was the story. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
We just got your origin story, man. I'm glad I was here to experience that. I had no idea.
There you go. Let's see here. Josh, how big would MonsterArts Kaiser Ghidorah be compared to Legion? And what would you like it to come with as possible price? Oh man, I think Kaiser Ghidorah is probably going to be just as big as Legion, honestly. Because it's got those necks and everything. Now, I don't think its main body is going to be huge. But I think that it's just going to be tall, you know? It's going to be a beefy figure for sure. And I think we're, at this point, if it's a new mold, I think we're looking at a $400 figure.
Absolutely.
Especially if they add other things in there, like if they do actually add any extra pieces. I don't think they will, though. I think it'll be just a bare bones. That's the strategy these days, is bare bones first. Decisive battle version gets the effect parts. But I'd like to see some beams with that. That'd be pretty cool. Or some charging effects. That would be pretty cool, too. I have seen Gamera 2006.
What is it?
Isn't that Gamera the Brave?
Yeah, that would be Gamera the Brave. And that's a good movie. Don't let anybody tell you it's not.
Michael needs to visit the Heisei trilogy. Yeah, eventually. I'm just not in a rush to watch the turtle stuff. I'm just not. But I get it. I know that people have a big affection for it, and a lot of people claim it's better than Godzilla when it comes to cinematography style and everything. So, but I grew up with Godzilla. I am a Godzilla guy. I just am.
Me too, dude. But let me tell you something. They was cooking. They was cooking. I don't understand how. Well, Shinji Higuchi was in charge of all the special effects, so it makes perfect sense. But
you know what? Here's a fun story, guys. It's maybe not fun for you all, but like, so I remember when I watched GMK the first time, I was just like, I didn't like that. I didn't like how they handled the monster fights in this. Everybody died and all these other things. I didn't like that. You know, there wasn't any whimsical like fire breath and they can withstand the hits. Like it was kind of grounded and real. Like parts are flying off, blood, or not blood, but you know, it's just more grounded take of Godzilla fighting. I just didn't like it. And then somebody said, "Oh, it was made by a guy who did the Gamera movie or something like that." I was like, "Oh, okay, well that makes sense." That's why I didn't like it, because the Gamera guy was in charge.
Listen, man, they made Godzilla so bad in that movie. Ghidorah was a good guy.
Exactly. So
it's like he was that much of a butt kiss.
That was my initial reaction when I first watched GMK, though. So my tune has kind of changed a little bit since then. But I just remember cool. that was how I walked away from it. Then like the heart beating at the end, I was like, "What are we doing here?"
Well, even Toho didn't know because I never followed up with it.
Yeah, I plan on watching 2 when Legion arrives. Oh, okay, very cool. Maybe I should watch it too, right? Do a watch party. Let's do a watch party, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
we'll get all the guys together. We'll do a watch party for Gamera 2.
I'd watch Gamera 2 any time of day, any time of the year, even if I didn't watch 1 beforehand. It's just that good.
I would love this figure, but the price is so much. When would you guys theorize this being on sale? Dude, I don't even know if it's going to make it to being on sale, except for maybe a retailer that never, ever, ever puts things on sale. But here's the thing, Jared. 50% of the retailers that I cover that carry this are already sold out of this figure. And as soon as this figure lands, I think that it's going to continue to sell. And like Big Bad Toy Store is already sold out. And that's usually the one that sticks around the longest. So that should say a lot. Even Amazon sold out. So I'm just going to say, just pay attention to the market as it's going. Because right now, about 50% of what already had it in stock no longer has it in stock. And the places that have it in stock are already over $560. So you've been warned, pay attention. Hopefully, maybe it'll stick around by Black Friday and you'll be able to snag a deal. It is a relatively new figure though, so I don't see a big discount coming for it if it is gonna go on any Black Friday deals. We'll have to wait and see.
It's craziness.
Is there a possibility that Godzilla accessories, tanks, planes, buildings, no figure packs will ever be released? Yes. Wait, tanks, planes, buildings, no figure. Yeah, so that's just like the previous sets. They are well aware that people want more of that, and that is why it is on the recent surveys. They call it the diorama sets, but that's what they're talking about is the special effects sets.
Gotcha.
And doing a third one of that. Okay, Rob is now that guy at SHMA, what figure are you demand is made? So, so you're the guy that wanted to make the poster Mechagodzilla. If you were that person, what figure do you want made?
Easy. Dad Goji from Son of Godzilla. Easy. Dad Goji. Like, whether it's Movie Monster Series, S.H.MonsterArts, X Plus, whatever the heck have you, Dad Goji. Immediately. Because he gets nothing.
There you have it. If anybody wants to know where you can get Legion for a good price still with pre-orders, Kappa Hoppy. They have it for $518.88 right now with free shipping. A lot of other retailers, though, are more than $600, though. So if you're thinking about doing it, that's the place to go to right now. Kappa Hoppy is the last place to have it at a better deal. Josh, do you think they'll ever add GITG paint? I don't know what this is, but paint to select Godzilla figures. Oh, glow in the dark paint to select Godzilla figures. I don't know. I don't know if Tamashii Nations has ever done glow in the dark before. I know Super 7 does it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if Monster Arts would do it. That's a good question. I might ask that next time I do an interview with them, what their opinion is on glow in the dark. Feel like Gauss 1995 happens next year for Monster Arts. Who told you? No, I'm just kidding. If you're paying attention to what they've been doing, though, they did Legion, or sorry, not Legion. They did Iris and 99 Gamera the year before. Now they did Legion and Gamera 2. Logic is that they're going to do Gamera 95 and Gauss next year. So, in fact, we might actually see them debut at Tamashii Nations 2025 this year. So, let's just wait and see.
Ooh, when's that happening?
That is November 11th.
Oh, right after Godzilla Day, of course. You sick meanies.
Yep, that's right. What would be some monsters you'd want to see made by Monster Arts or Haya, like the male Muto or Haya? I mean, I would love to have Baggin in the line. I want a 1975 Mechagodzilla in the line, Titanosaurus. It's mostly a lot of Showa reps. If I wanted to give a Millennium rep, I would love a 2004 Manda figure. I would love that. And if Haya does it, that would be great because they would give it a bendy wire body, so that would be pretty cool. Kaiser Ghidorah is pretty cool. It's not one of my favorite monsters, but I would love to have a toy of it. That isn't movie
the new
monsters.
Movie Monster series.
Yeah. Oh my god. That new Movie Monsters figure. I looked at that, I was like, what are they doing?
Oh, dude, that thing looked like pardon my French. That thing looked like a fucking Muppet. Oh my god. How do you... Oh...
I just thought it was an AliExpress version of it, but...
Unironically, the AliExpress version of it would probably look better.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the quality of Gamera Trilogy is insane. Yeah, I've heard it by every single person that I've talked to has always said that the trilogy is, like, so good. Production-wise and everything, so... I'll give it a watch. It's just, I'm a busy guy, and I just don't have time to watch movies lately. Especially now that I've been doing all this stuff. Like, I finished Stardust Dragon last week, and then all of a sudden, Legion's here on my doorstep. I was like, okay, guess we're doing Legion now.
Hooray!
Gamera versus 100 Gauss. Yeah, absolutely. Oh wow, there's a lot of chat. I'm trying to catch up, guys. I joined for those Gamera Trilogy watch-alongs. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be curious to see my reaction to that.
Absolutely.
With the hypothetical decisive battle version Legion, I feel most people are looking for her in the end where the eyes are red. Her horn is pretty much gone and she fires red tentacles from the gem. That would be quite a figure right there. That would be quite a figure. Like, and it would be even more, and here's the thing, if they did that, it would be even more expensive than what you're getting here. Like, that would be definitely like a $650 figure.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
GMK goes on. Oh, we're doing a bunch of comparisons here. Here to see both the Legions next to each other. Are we talking about the flight form? I didn't buy 2 of them, unfortunately. So I do plan on picking up a second one, though, much later, so that I can have both forms displayed separately. So,
You madman.
I am a madman. Watch party, heck yeah. Josh says, what are your top 3? What are my top 3 most obscure figures you'd like the line to do, both Rob and me? Rob, do you have any ideas of what you'd like to see the top 3 most obscure characters you'd like to see in the line?
Gizora from Space Amoeba, Giant Condor from the movie he's from, and Skeleturtle.
Wow. Skeleturtle. Huh.
Hell yes, bro.
I mean, that's pretty obscure. Yeah. I if I'm going to go for obscure Toho monsters that I really like, I would probably go for Varan. I'd like to see Varan. Let's see here. I would like to see, it's not necessarily obscure, but I know that Tamashi's, it's not on their radar at all. 1956 Rodan. I would love to see that.
Absolutely.
And then a third one, I would love to see Ibira. I'm going to give some love to Kyle right there. Give me some Ibira love.
Absolutely.
Showa Ibira.
Can I add one more?
Yeah, go for it.
I want the Shin Godzilla human hybrids.
That
Nobody's
would-
done it.
I mean, can they do it?
Probably not, because Toho is Toho, but
Yeah.
if there was ever an opening inclination, I would definitely say the hybrids. For sure. And Ebira.
Scalper's about to make the price $3,000. Dude, I don't think anybody's going to spend more than, like, at least, like, if they're late to the game, I don't think they're going to spend $3,000 on this figure. Nobody will.
Nah.
I mean, even X Plus people have a limit to their obscureness, right? So maybe at least $1,500 for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think anything beyond that. People who said it wouldn't sell, LOL to them. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Like, the pricing is really high for MonsterArts. It's really, really high in this line, right? So it's always going to sell in Japan because it's made to order. So, and they don't publish those numbers or anything like that, but that's why they do the premium Bandai's, the way that they sell premium Bandai in Japan, because they know that these are characters that will probably not really sell well on the shelves. They'll sit on shelves, especially for a higher price tag. So they go out and they just do it this made-to-order way. I think it's important for us to remember in the United States that we piggyback off of that. And they bring it out over here, and it is general retail here, but it is an allocated size based off of pre-orders that kind of come in and an estimation of that. So that's why, you know, 50% of the retailers are out. It's not because this is selling like gangbusters. It's just because there's just not a lot compared to, like, if you brought Godzilla Evolved over here, there's just not a lot of Legion compared to that, right? So
yeah, definitely.
We won't ever know these numbers though, but it is selling. It's going to sell out. It's not going to be the next big chap or anything like that. So it's going to sell. Legion is too big to fail.
I will be right back. Hot second.
Sounds good. MonsterArts Condor, yeah, absolutely. Would Dad Goji come with Manila? I would hope so. I would hope that it would come with that. I think it would, because Tamashi doesn't like to package small figures by themselves. They like to pack them in larger figures, get more bang out of the buck. Do you think they'll make figures of the Godzilla that have appeared in any of the comics? I've talked to them about this before. Western comics, no. But they are doing their most recent comic over there in Japan, so that might be a different story. But Western comics, that's a no. Shin Bob Goji Pants versus Legion the Puff. Oh boy. We're gonna go off of some Squidora right there, Orange Beam. I know. I remember you made that reference. I love you for it. No MonsterArts giant octopus, so it can be a ton of ball joints and cost a ridiculous amount. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Bandai has done some actual real life nature creatures, like an alligator or something like that. And it's a lot of money, and it doesn't have a lot of articulation compared to like an octopus. So I think it was like at least over $100 to get that, but it's supposed to be a hyper-realistic crocodile that they can do.
Ah,
Squidora versus... Oh, here we go. Squidora versus Mr. Destro Krabs. Oh, goodness. Way to break us. Good job. You get the golden star, sir.
Legit, one of my favorite moments just ever was seeing those two videos pop.
DJ Master Jedi X, that's a big legion. Yeah, it's a big legion. At least it's not a legion, right? Legion is like alien fish crab spider? Is it? I think it's more of like a bug. I get the spider part about it, but I don't know about the fish. I don't see fish in this. Maybe like maybe like an eel.
It's a fucked up eel.
Yeah.
But I understand the vision. I do.
MonsterArts King Caesar is something I've always wanted. Yeah, it's not on the list. King Caesar and Titanosaurus are absent from their lists, so I'm trying to encourage them on my side of things, like get them on there.
Okay, but for real, what's the damage with King Caesar and Titanosaurus? Bandai in general just rarely ever touch those characters. Like, what's the damage here, man?
I mean, at least King Caesar came back for Final Wars, so he's already got another movie on his belt than Titanosaurus did. But when I was talking to Tamashii Nations at Comic-Con, I mentioned Titanosaurus, and they're like, "But he's only been in one movie." And it's like, yeah, but he's a really big, popular favorite one over here in the West. I don't know how it is in Japan, but they're just like, oh, they really like him, kind of thing.
Damn.
100
right.
Suko versus Legion. How about that? I'd watch it. Sign me up. Oh, my bad. I thought you got 2 for variants. No. The shipping alone for... So, Cass Salomon, the shipping alone just for this figure by itself was 30,100 yen. So... Imagine, they wouldn't even put 2 of them together to ship to me because the shipping box was so huge. They would have to ship all 4 of them separately. And at that point, it just doesn't, it wouldn't make sense to get them there. It would probably make more sense for me if I were to do a variance comparison of these guys to order them stateside instead of ordering them from Japan. But I'm also not doing that because it's also not a Godzilla character.
Understandable.
Yeah. Maybe I should open up the doors for that, though, for other characters that people want to see. Like, if people hit me up and they say, yo, I would like to see that, and I will buy it, and then just give me the money, and then I can just pay for it, and then I can do that. I'm open to that as an idea, but like I said, I don't keep all 4 of these things. I sell them to everybody else that wants them. They get a discount deal, usually. But if there's other characters that are not Godzilla that you would like to see variants comparisons of, I'm putting it out there. You can reach out to me and ask me, hey, I'd like to see this, and maybe we can make an arrangement to make that happen. And
hey,
if
Michael,
I can have, yeah.
When S.H.MonsterArts eventually does Exodia, I want to see a variance comparison.
Yeah, I mean, get 3 other people to join in, or 2 other people to join in, and we can make it happen.
I know I got Kyle. I know Kyle would be on for that. I think, maybe.
Maybe. I didn't know Legion has form. Yeah, it's got multiple forms, right? Isn't the Soldier Legion a form of Legion at the same time? And then I think the Flight form, too. The Flight form, from what I understand, it only appeared in the movie for like a little bit, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a major focus. It's just a thing that happened. And the fact that they actually took the time to tool and design this figure to, like, do that is actually quite nuts.
Yeah, they even, from what we know in the publicity and all that, they actually hired the original creator of the suit, the character, to redraw a 3D sketch of the flying form so that they could reproduce it in toy form. So that is also
so cool.
part of the reason why that cost is more expensive for this figure, because they're hiring those kind of folks to work on this project.
That is so cool, though.
A figure I would like to get one day would be Hayatoy's Godzilla 2000, bringing Godzilla 95. Hey, yeah.
Well, they're coming.
I would like
It's
to
gonna
get
happen.
one day, yeah. Yeah, they're coming.
Eventually.
Good afternoon, Legion. Welcome, sir. Figures, not figure. I really want Godzilla Earth, but it's so expensive. Yeah, you know, I feel for anybody that's just now discovering MonsterArts, right? You just you're like, this is so cool. I'm gonna look up the backlog. You go to my website, and then you realize almost everything's sold out. That was pre-2020. So, back catalog catch up is murder. I'll put it that way.
It is. It absolutely is.
I don't have Godzilla Earth. I want Gargantua's 56 Rodan and 65 Baragon Monster Arts line. Yeah, absolutely. Give me Baragon. My wife loves Baragon. That's her favorite character.
I want the Gargantuas. Super bad.
Gargantuan. If either you or Rob could add a new line to Monster Arts, what would it be? What would you add, and what's the first Godzilla figure you'd like to make for that line?
Ooh.
Go for it, Rob.
The S.H.MonsterArts movie completion line. Hold on, let me let me assemble that thought. They're pre-existing molds, but they're releasing the figure with like everything you could possibly imagine from the movie that the character was associated with. So, no bias here. Let's say Shin Godzilla. Movie completion line SHMA, you get Form 4, 3, 2, you get all the beams and all the good stuff for Shin Godzilla. Probably gonna be like $400 or $500, but you know something? I'd go on the payment plan for that. I think that's a cool one release a year type deal where you just get anything with it. That would be my pitch. Movie completion line. Don't you dare do that, Bandai. Don't you dare fucking do that.
That's that's really cool. Doing something like that. As far as what I would do, I'm gonna kind of pivot this question a little bit into something else. Instead of saying a new line, I would say I'm gonna do two things actually. I'll stay with this. As far as a new line goes, I would go with like a deluxe line. Give me a deluxe, and what deluxe line is that you're not gonna get any effects, just like MGP. You're not gonna get any effects, no poster art. The whole point is that the figures are bigger. So let's go from 6-inch. Give us 12-inch Monster Arts figures, deluxe. Go for it.
Jeez. Oh my God.
That would be really cool.
Imagine.
I wouldn't be able to afford it, but I think it'd be really cool to have. I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to afford it, but
yeah, but that's still whoa, my God. Could you? Oh my God. The tooling, the design, the size, all the ball joints. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yep. And it doesn't have to, it wouldn't have to be complete. I wouldn't want it to be complete because that would just murder your wallet. But I would accept it if it was, you know, just the big hits. Like give us like a 12-inch Shin Godzilla that's fully articulated. What do you think, Rob? Would you buy that?
Don't you dare curse me like that. Don't you dare curse me like that.
Because yes, I would.
Oh, you'll have to give up movie monsters. I'm just saying it.
Listen, man, if Bandai tomorrow announced that there is S.H.MonsterArts Deluxe movie grade size line and the first one they do is Shin Godzilla, which would be ironic because next year is 10 years for Shin Godzilla, I would be screwed into the 4x4 wood panel.
Oh my God.
I'd have to say yes.
Wow. All right. And then the thing I was thinking about pivoting to, I was thinking of IPs. So I would love to see Jurassic Park in the line, but I know that that's not ever going to happen as long as Mattel has the license. So, but that would be pretty cool to see.
It would be. It very much would be.
What
Street
about
Sharks.
Figure Arts Katsura Mifune? They can't do humans likeness. There's likeness rights and all that stuff. They can't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a legal battleground right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bandai Diversity of Life. They did Bugs too. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of going back to that comment that I just made about people and stuff like that. It's one thing if it's a production that's now, they can contact the, likeness rights with the directly, like for Wolverine and Hugh Jackman, they can contact him and his agent and ask about likeness rights, right? And if they get denied, they just make a generic figure of it instead of keeping the likeness, right? It's the same thing for any other human character in the line. But now when you go into things that were from like a long time ago, first of all, are the people still alive? Second, will their state even allow it? So there's a lot more red tape when you get into the older stuff. I hope we also get Gorosaurus other than Mezco Toys version. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have the
Gorosaurus
Mezco
would be
toy.
great.
Yeah, I have the Mezco toy Gorosaurus myself. I always like to get one rep of every character in the line. So I do have that, but I wouldn't mind a slightly larger version, even if it wasn't fully articulated, if it looked good. Actually, I've been diving into the Diagostini line for certain characters. Like I picked up Kamunga and I picked up Kamacuras, the Showa versions of them from that. So I have those reps now in the line.
Bro, you just put the thought into my head. I don't know how the fandom overall would be able to handle an S.H.MonsterArts Kumanga.
I think there's
It would
nostalgia
sell.
for it. Yeah.
It would definitely sell, but like I think like the immediate reaction would be, "Am I dreaming?"
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one of those obscure ones. I feel like a lot of the 60 monsters are kind of like our obscure characters, right? This is why they're focusing on 70s.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately.
Terror of Mechagodzilla kind of killed the franchise for a while. Not the movie's fault, but might be why Titanosaurus isn't so popular in Japan. I don't know. I honestly really don't know how people like. There's a thing out there that people in Japan like things different from people in America. Like, from my understanding, people in Japan really love Baragon, and people in America really love Anguirus. 100 Kamada-con. Oh, we're still doing that, huh? Will S.H. MonsterArts ever do unique paint applications for their figures, kind of how NECA did their Godzilla figures? Are we talking about like colored effects, like the lightning or whatever effects that was on like 2003 Godzilla? I think they do that already, don't they? With some of these figures, like when we get our heat ray versions and stuff like that, they kind of do that. They're not crazy, but
yeah,
I think
they don't go over the top with it, but there is a semblance of it that exists.
Yeah, like I know some people would love an acid sprayed version of 1989 Godzilla to separate it from. I don't know if they would ever do that though. It'd be pretty cool.
I mean,
I think it'd be pretty cool. I'd buy it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did for 2019, honestly, similar to Nappa, yeah, NECA. Oh, to NECA, yeah. Relieved, the details are gorgeous. Yes. This figure, the details are immaculate. It's a larger figure. They're able to get all the correct. I mean, they really took their time with this figure at the factory. I didn't find any paint scratches, chips, or anything when I was observing it, so she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Imagine an SHMA bust line where it's just monsters from the shoulders up, much larger, of course, and just immense detail and fully posable head, eyes, tongue, face. I don't think I do that already with the magnets, though. Just like they could just make those bigger. I mean, at this point, I would just say, why would it have to be Monster Arts if you just want busts?
Boobs. I'd buy an S.H. MonsterArts Shin Godzilla bust.
Yeah,
But that's not saying much.
Yeah. Instead of Jurassic Park Prehistoric Planet, darn Mattel, I just want JP Monster Art. Yeah.
A lot of
It used to
people
be
do.
it used to be Hasbro that was kind of blocking it, and then Mattel bought it, and it's like, will Mattel play nice? Nah, they're not playing nice.
Absolutely not.
Love to see the T-Rex from the Last Dinosaurs, 1976 S.Monsterarts figure. Yeah, it's really tough with Western franchises. You know, talking to the folks over there in Tamashii Nations, it is really hard to sell Western franchises in the MonsterArts line. They tried it with Alien and Predator, and it sold well here in the United States. It just didn't sell well there in Japan, though. And that's their targeted people that they sell. That's their demographic. They like I said, we piggyback off of the success of what's going on over in Japan. So
makes me wonder how they nabbed Harry Potter.
Right. Well, it's a little bit different for Figuarts. Different. But for Godzilla or for MonsterArts, it's a little bit harder to sell sci-fi, as they put it.
That's a Figuarts release?
Yeah, are you talking about the Harry Potter figures, right?
Yeah, the Thorntail Dragon guy. Dude.
Oh, well, that may not even be made.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was a prototype that was on display, and there's a chance that it may not ever come out. So.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing with Tamashii Nation events that they do in November. They present all their greatest and latest, and sometimes stuff that just hasn't even been approved by the licensor because they're waiting for approval, like if they can do it. And they're also looking for feedback at the time. So there's some figures that are presented there that never ever see the light of day ever again. So we're getting close to November, and you know, pretty much everything MonsterArts wise that was debuted at Tamashii Nation 2024 has been announced and almost fully released. And they haven't even solicited the Thorntail at all.
Woof.
And I know they just recently solicited the Voldemort and Harry Potter figures earlier this summer. I think it was like in July, right? Or June? I can't remember. I think it was July. I think it was like within this last month. Back in July, they announced it, I think. And so there's still a chance that it could still come. They let those figure arts be released, and then maybe the Horntail will be released later. There's still a chance. It's not dead. But it's suspicious at the same time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Would love them to do another Orai. I can't say this. Go ahead, you say this. Noryoshi. Orai Noryoshi, I think it's how you say it, poster figure, but it would have to be Mogura. Split into other two forms and transform, combined. Yo, give me a Destroya. Or Megaguirus. Or even the Biollante, right?
Yeah.
The plant form Biollante. Those are wicked.
I'd be there in a heartbeat, especially for somebody like Megaguirus. Especially.
Yeah. I like the original Mecha G. Is what I meant.
Gotcha.
Oh, like the original. Oh, okay, I got you. Shin Godzilla head bust would be cool.
I agree.
MonsterArts Game of Thrones dragons. I don't know how Game of Thrones did in Japan. That'd be interesting though, right?
It would be. Definitely.
Hey y'all, did I miss the fun? Chum Bucket, you did. I'm sorry. We're winding down the stream. We're just going through questions and hanging out at this point. But there will be a part 2 because Legion is such a big figure, and it was just too much. I had to stop. And we're gonna do the flight form tomorrow. We'll do a live stream of the flight form. Today we just did the body, the main body, and then later I will combine all this together so that it's just one video, so you guys don't have to watch 2 different videos. What will it take for Bandai to reintroduce the Kyoku line and add new figures for the collectors? I think at this point it's a cost issue. It's got to be cost issue related because they said that they're not pursuing it at all anymore. It's just not on their radar.
Unfortunate.
And that Shin Godzilla, like if they were to do that today versus when it originally was teased, like that Shin Godzilla is probably going to be like a $500 figure with all those LEDs in there.
Ooh.
So I just think that considering the demographic and everything, I don't know if it's possible. I mean, this is just me guessing. This is no way of sort of confirmation that that's why that they're doing it. But they did tell me that they're not pursuing it right now.
Yeah.
Just like Evangelion, Angels, MonsterArts, never seen again. See, that was because of licensing, though.
That
licensing
hurt.
Prevented that happening.
That hurt because those figures looked amazing.
And I think if they reintroduce those today, they would look better too, because that was Monster Arts in the very beginning. So I think that they would redo them.
I'd be there, dude. Just tell me the day and the time.
Bandai never made SH figures Gomon despite showing the prototype. My Lupin. Yeah, see, this is some good examples right there. I'm taking your word for it, though, because I don't know much about that. Haya Toys just announced exclusive statues of Frostbite Shimo and Supercharged Evolved Godzilla. I saw those, yeah. I'm not really into statues, though, so I'm not, like, sweating bullets off of it. But I think it's a good tease to see what their Haya Exquisite basic versions of those characters with translucent parts would look like. So I think it's a good tease.
Wait a minute. SH Figuarts showed off a Goemon figure? I need to look this up.
You might have to look it up.
I do, because I love that game. I'm sorry.
What's your guys' absolute least favorite figures you own either in the line that you owned? So it doesn't have to be Monster Arts, it could be movie monsters, just the least favorite figure, right? So, that's pretty tough. I don't know if I would say that it's the figure that I don't like. I like all my figures that I own, but I will say that I'm going to pivot that to like the figure that's not fun to mess around with. And probably the 2019 Ghidorah. It's not fun to mess with that one. It gets some cool poses if you know what you're doing with it and you're patient with it, but it's not a fun figure.
I'm probably going to bring it back to Kaiser Ghidorah from the movie monster series, modern day. Just, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I don't know why the hell they were doing, but that was definitely in modern day probably the weakest, next to Mothra 92 in terms of paint that Bandai ever like let loose on the public.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I do have a least figure that I've in the line, and it's Big Chap. That is my least liked figure in the entire line of Monster Arts.
That's understandable, because that thing is it just has so much going for it, but it just doesn't meet it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they decided to base it off the suit instead of making it based off the creature, and then it was scaled smaller than the Alien Warrior, and then it also had its issues, like the tail just does not stay on at all unless you glue it onto the base of it. But it's just, even from prototype to how it looked in the final version, like the final version lost a lot of the weathering details, like virtually no weathering details in the carapace or whatever. So it's the dome. So yeah, it's a lackluster release out of the whole entire thing, and it killed the Alien and Predator line. Single-handedly killed it.
Which is unfortunate, because I would like to see like S.H.MonsterArts tackle the Neomorph or the Protomorph or just about like anything alien related.
Yeah. There's also Disney that took over the license and stuff, and they're only licensing at recent stuff now. So no more old stuff. I mean, that might change, but they're just licensing Romulus stuff, and I think for Predator, it's the recent stuff too, from Prey and up.
Prey and Badlands and Killer of Killers.
Okay, I'll rewatch and replay and try to catch tomorrow's stream. Yeah, tomorrow, it's probably going to be around the same time, honestly, around like 8 or might even be later, because I have a lot of things I have to do tomorrow. If it actually doesn't actually happen tomorrow, it will definitely be on Monday. But I'm going to try and make it happen around 8 o'clock PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. What would you want to see and beat Legion as a big Monster Arts figure? I mean, who can really be bigger than Legion? I don't know. I mean, I think Kaiser Ghidorah would give it a run for its money, as far as
definitely
like bigger side of things. But if Biollante hadn't been released, I would have said Biollante.
Yeah, I can't think of a retort for that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Unless they did Mechagodzilla Monstrosity from the fucking concept art, concept stages from Mechagodzilla 93.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
even then, that's just a blob.
Yeah. Josh says, Tass, what's your favorite, or what does your figure display look like? One of these days I will do a tour of what those looks like, but not right now. The display, I'll put it, I can tell you what they're displayed in. I have 2 displays of IKEA Billy bookcases with glass doors. And then I have acrylic displays that I can just pick up and put down, and I can stack them. They're just clear display boxes. They're actually meant for like purses and shoes and stuff like that, but you can use them for figures too. They've got doors with magnets on them, and they fit about your standard figure, about maybe 4 to 5 figures inside them. And they're really good for keeping the dust out of your figures if you have any overflow storage. They're not the nicest things to look at, but to get the job done of just storing them and having them on a display, they're pretty good. So one of these days we'll get to that. One of these days.
Looking forward to it.
Kind of hope for Monster X Decisive Battle version. Yeah, I would love them to tackle Monster X again and redo the feet, so it's not flat-footed, and give it some fists. Tess and Chimber, do you guys have pets? I have two cats. What do you got?
I have 1 dog.
1 doggo, huh?
1 doggo.
You know
Used to
what?
be 2.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of animals and everything, wouldn't that be wild to do a size comparison between the cat and Legion?
I mean, if you can make it happen.
I might. I just need to find him. I wouldn't mind doing that really quick. Where are you? Yeah, the cat. Cat versus Legion. Who wins? I know, right? You know what's funny is I grew up, and that was never said or mentioned, the thing, right? And I met my wife, and she did that. I was like, wow, that's a really good way to call the cat, because I would just always call the cats by their names. So ever since then, I've always done that. So
It's a good.
yeah, exactly. I did find him. He's on the floor. I think I might be able to get him up on the table, though. Let's see if we can do that. Let's do a live comparison between Legion and my cat.
Let's do it.
This will be his star debut. Come here, buddy.
Oh man, we're making
Here
it
he
happen.
is. Here he is.
Oh, look at him. He's adorable.
Yeah. His name is Watson. He is a snowshoe cat, and he's going to be a good cat. And he's going to sit next to Legion, kind of. Let's move Legion over. There we go. How's that? There he is, guys. You're an internet star now, buddy. Now make me lots of money. Go be Grumpy Cat.
Watson,
Yeah.
you are an absolute gem. Bless your soul.
He's a good little cat. So, oh, and he just put so much fur on the table. Saw that coming from a mile away.
Oh yeah, especially on black.
Yeah, especially on black. So, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay. So he's a snowshoe. He's not a Siamese. He's that breed of it. Let's see here. We're gonna wrap this up, guys, very, very shortly. Let's see here. It's 11:21. I'm just almost caught up with I'm not almost caught up with chat. I'm trying to catch up to chat, and then after that we're gonna wrap. All right, figure it's General Grievous was a glorious prototype moment. His prototype was never seen again for like 7 years since it was first seen, but he's finally coming out this year. Yeah, this is what Tamashi's always told us: is never say never, but maybe it's just not happening now. So.
All right.
MonsterArts Pacific Rim possible in the future? No, because of licensing, unfortunately.
Damn, that sucks.
What's something unique that MonsterArts would do that would surprise the both of you? I mean, that's like, you have to really like, I don't know.
Jaws.
Jaws would be pretty cool, yeah. I don't know. What do I think would be? You know what? Ray Harryhausen. Give me some Ray Harryhausen.
Wow, yo,
Yeah.
the Cyclops, the from Sinbad. Oh,
Yep.
dude,
Give it to me.
say less.
That'd be great. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yes.
Pacific Rim would be goated. Yeah, absolutely. What stands do you think will work for Monster Arts Ghidorah 1972? You know what? You should be able to use the if you own it, the 1991 Ghidorah. That stand should be okay to use. It won't fit 100% perfectly, but it's okay. It works all right. But if you want anything else, there are some stands that you can get. It's called Caliber Wings. Go to eBay, type in Caliber Wings stand, and you can go out buy multiples of those and mix and match parts, and that will work okay for the flight stand for that. You just have to have shelf space, because when you display Monster Arts in flight form, they take a lot of space.
Indeed, they do.
So that's Caliber Wings. Caliber Wings.
Caliber Wings.
Five Nights at Freddy. Are those monsters?
Technically they're haunted animatronics, but I can see
I think
that
they would
one.
be Figuarts. I could see Figuarts for that.
I'd be fine with that, honestly. Well, they'd probably save Mangle for that of S.H.MonsterArts, because that's a fucking monster.
Yeah. S.H.MonsterArts, Romulus Xena would be sick, absolutely. Mike would be all over that, like a face hugger, man.
Like jelly on toast.
Monster Arts, Mecha City. Mecha Godzilla City, yeah. I don't know about the city, but
dude.
like Mecha Godzilla, yeah, for sure.
I would love that.
that.
I was hoping for that when that Master Detail movie monster series figure came out. I'm like, oh, they got to do an SHMA to go with Godzilla Earth, and they never did because the movies failed.
Yeah, and I would love to have the Mecha Godzilla from SP too. I would love that in figure form.
Oh, I'd love to have like nearly everything from SP in figure format from SH.MonsterArts.
And a lot of it's still on the list though. So, Salunga and Anguirus SP on there. They had Rodan first form on there, but they did take it off the list. So I'm guessing a lot of people didn't go for it on the surveys.
Anguirus needs to happen, and it's perfect because they can do a normal version, and then they can do the telepath telling the future version when he shakes his spikes, and they're all opalescent and everything.
That would be dope.
Easy money.
Even better, they can come up with like a clear piece that you can put on top of them that kind of has that opalescent effect on there. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be even better. Oh, do it.
Chef's kiss there. I'd love for them to do Scarlet Godzilla Earth figure with the destroyed dorsal fins and EMPs on the back. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
100%
Cat comparison. Woo woo. My wife is going to be like, you put him on the table in the stream? You did what? I'm going to say he's an internet star now, man. Watson the cat.
He is the cat Parison cat.
The other one, so here's the story, guys, about my cats. We have to keep them separated. They're both male. Watson was here first. The second cat, he was a stray that we picked up outside because he was so talkative, and we made the mistake of feeding him, and then we kept feeding him, and then we decided to just take him. So, but he's a black tabby though, and both of them, when we first introduced them, Watson was like, "Get out of my house, get out." And then the black one ate all the food and he got bigger than Watson. And I feel like he remembers when they first met, and he's like, yo, this guy was rude to me and I'm going to kick his ass. So we have to keep them separated because they'll murder each other if we don't. I've affectionately, I will tell you guys this. My other cat's name, his name is Gerald. My wife hates the name, so she calls him affectionately Dum Dum because he makes some questionable decisions.
Where did the name Watson come from, out of curiosity?
I came up with that because we were watching Sherlock, the TV series. I'm like, let's call him Watson.
That was a great TV series.
That was the BBC. Yeah, because he was very clever. He's a very
Benedict
clever cat.
Cumberbatch, right?
Yes,
That was the one.
that one.
Yeah, dude, such a great series. Oh
Yes,
my god,
it was so good. It was so good. But we were watching at the time, and that's when we picked him up. And I was like, "Why don't we just call him Watson?" And she's like, "I like that." He's very
Hell yes.
smart, and he's a very smart and intelligent cat. Let's see here, and yet no soda can. What is up with the soda can? Is that a thing?
Oh.
Should I be comparing a soda can in my streams? Is that what I'm hearing?
Maybe that Gatorade bottle.
It's a tiny Gatorade bottle. Okay, here we go, guys. Here you go.
Oh
Here you
man,
go.
oh man, it's happening.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Legion meets Gatorade Zero. Not sponsored.
Oh my god, he did it! Yo, there it is, bro.
There it is,
There
right?
it is.
Clip it, post it, whatever you want. Just make sure that people know it's not sponsored.
It would be great if it was, though.
Right? S.H.MonsterArts Legion, sponsored by Gatorade. It's got
Bro.
electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes and ball joints.
Yeah.
Hey!
Heyo. I just realized that the lights behind me have been dying, which is fine. I knew that they were gonna slowly pass away at this point in the stream, but yeah, let me get some others, and then we'll take a couple. I'm trying to catch up with the chat so that we can just wrap it up. But you guys are so cool. You guys are hitting up with some really cool questions. We're having actually a lot of fun. Me and Rob actually like doing this a lot. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I'm awake.
Right. Oh, I just realized I should probably take out the Gatorade bottle.
Nah, keep it there.
Keep it there for the whole stream. Just
Absolutely.
subtly, I'm gonna just have it in the background of everything. Everybody that watches the streams moving forward needs to look for the hidden Gatorade bottle.
Either that or the penny.
Aw, kitty. Catzilla versus Legion. Yeah, absolutely. He's shy. No, he's not shy. He's just like, don't pick me up and move me around. That's his attitude. He's a cat that will come to you. Love cat comparisons. I have the Mondo 1/6 Masters of the Universe Panther. It's the size of a small cat. My orange tabby actually smacked it. Ha! Nice.
That's awesome.
Good cat, except the hair. Yep. I have to wipe down this table like every day because they love to jump on it. Harry Houston is a great pick. Yeah, absolutely. I would love that. What if MonsterArts Void Ghidorah? You know, that'd be an interesting one. Would they just do it as the next Into the Void, or would they do what Movie Monsters did and just give us a figure of it?
I'd be so very fine with a set of them coming out of the void as 3 separate heads, and then eventually they do a full body. But it's just like King Ghidorah coming out of a random like void in the sky. Like, I know a lot of people don't like those movies, but I find that to be like just like such an iconic moment, to the point where it warrants having separate heads and then an eventual full like body version of it, because that just works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It
Like,
just does.
I love that. I would buy that. I would, because I love the anime trilogy.
I like the parts when Godzilla's on the screen.
I mean, admittedly, I do too, because
Yeah.
Godzilla Earth is a beautiful design, beard and all.
Bearded dragon and all.
Honestly, man, dude, like Void Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla, City, or not so much City, but Mecha Godzilla, I'd be there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Mechagodzilla didn't debut in that fight, I was just like, what's the point?
Yeah,
I feel like I got a bait and switch right there.
Yeah, I was a little pissed too, especially since in the promotional material they had Godzilla and Mechagodzilla like facing off, and it's like that never happened.
It never happened.
but there's a lot of just like behind the scenes talks of just like what happened with all of that, and it's unfortunate. It really is, but
yeah,
I'd still love to see it in figure format, though.
100%. If you get caliber wing stands, get clear tips. The black tips tend to transfer color onto your figures. Good to know. I don't own the ones with black tips. I only have the clear tips. But that's good. That's really good. That's really good to know, chat. If you guys needed to know, I love Snowshoes. His face looks like an arrow. Yeah, he's a very angled cat. Legon. I think you meant Legion.
Legion.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Parrots account. What's
Parrots
up?
account is here. Yeah. Americans love comparisons with random objects, right? Legion and 2.5 Gatorades. Oh boy.
Oh, for those of us that are metrically, as Kyle put it, metrically challenged.
A banana for scale. Yo, if I had a banana here, I'd bring it out right now, but I do not have a banana, unfortunately.
Neither do I.
I'd
that
love
gives
a
me
neck.
acid reflux.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'd love a neck void Ghidorah. That would be sick. Oh, the neck version. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I'm on board with that.
I think that'd be a very fun and different setup for that of an S.H.MonsterArts figure, for sure.
Tass and Rob, have you heard of Nikki the Chihuahua? That dog is a psychopath. I have not.
I have not heard of Nikki the Chihuahua, unless it's that one with the really weird eyes that like bugs out on TikTok. That may or may not be him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't, if that's like a, yeah, I don't know. I don't generally go on YouTube and TikTok or anything like that to see memes. Usually my wife does, and then she shares it with me, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what people are talking about. I get it now. Yo, it was so funny. Speaking of memes, not even memes, just like how our younger generation talk about like the slang that they use and stuff like that. I remember somebody said dead ass to me, and I was just like, well, frick you too, dude. And then they were like, what's your problem? I was like, you just said dead ass to me. And they're like, it's like for real or something like that, or seriously. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Just say seriously.
Being extremely city adjacent as I am, like dead ass, like, yeah, that's part of the vocabulary around here.
I guess, yeah. The first time, and then I told my wife about it. I was just like, "Have you heard of dead ass?" And she's like, "No," and she's pretty familiar with like a lot of slang, so of the younger generation. So that was a new one for her too at the time. So, yeah, I was born in '86, so yeah, I'm like, I don't do a lot of the recent slang these days. No. How close is SHMA Godzilla 2000 to being released? It comes out October 27th in Japan. So we got some time to go before that one's released. I will finally have a small little break. Or I'm sorry, did I say October? I meant September. My bad. September 27th.
I was about to say, did it get delayed?
No.
God.
Scratch that. September 27th. It comes out in October for the US.
Let's go. I can't wait. That's like my most hype.
Parrot, you can't run from me, gulp. It'd be interesting to see them tackle Odo Island -1 Godzilla with a plane to bite down on. I'm still holding out hope for that.
Me too.
I think if we don't see it at Tamashii Nation 2025, it's gonna make the hopes go a little bit lower. Because they did all the other previous forms of Shin Godzilla. I know they didn't do it for Godzilla SP, but I really am encouraged that they might do it because Sakai did a version of Odo Island Godzilla for the Ichibansho line. So I think that there's a chance that we could still see it in Monster Arts form too.
I want to see it happen, man. Like, give Gerard Goji his fucking dues, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't think they're done with -1 yet, though. I think that there's still more -1 to come. So,
especially before -2 comes out. So,
I mean, if you think about how much Shin Godzilla that this line has done, and -1 being such a cash cow, I don't think they're done with it yet. I think we're gonna see some other variants.
For sure. Pressure damage. Let's go.
Yeah, 670. How come Tamashii haven't tackled the Mutos yet. Is it due to them being unpopular in Japan or licensing issues? It's definitely not licensing issues. It is all about the opinion of the folks in Japan and whether they are considered popular or not. The reason why they weren't done in the first place is because, you know, it's original monsters, they're Western creations. There was no confidence at the time if they would be something that would be able to sell in Japan. You know, it was the first American Godzilla movie since 1998, so everybody was like, is it going to be good or not?
Plus, it was
Beyond
the
the
first
characters
Godzilla
themselves.
movie. It was the first Godzilla movie in 10 years at that point, too.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
like, there was a lot of like,
Yeah.
I can understand where they're coming from.
And I think now that time has gone by, that they have seen that people are interested in them here in the United States for sure. I can't say for a fact of how folks feel about it in Japan. However, they did. What is that line called, Rob? They did something for the Muto, the male and the female. It was on the Premium Bandai web shop. Do you remember what that line was called?
Yeah, the Bandai Bengaichi series.
Yeah, so they did that, and that was, you know, it's just like, it's typical fashion, stylized Japanese sculptor that did it. They didn't use any CGI data files or anything like that. Even the color and the paint apps are not accurate at all to how it's supposed to look. But from what I understand, that did pretty well, though, and I think that gives a little confidence to Bandai to producing those versions of it. So, but I think at the same time that they are trying to keep clear of other lines that are creating those characters right now. So I think that the bread and butter for Tamashii Nations is always going to be Toho Creations and not so much of the original MonsterVerse characters.
Yeah, we gotta wait for Hyatt for that type of stuff.
Yeah. Haya Toys has got the in with Legendary to do those original creations. So, and we have access to those things. And from my understanding, that those characters do scale well with MonsterArts too, because I think that Godzilla 2014 is actually shorter, right, than the 2019 Godzilla. So anything that's
Yes.
And because that the Muto is also shorter than it would be compared to 2019, so it scales with it. So from my understanding, original creations should scale with it fairly well.
And they do.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
I'm not too old. I'm not too old.
Michael be old.
Yeah.
I'm old too. It don't matter.
But you know what? I got to experience the rise of video games. Back in the day, NES, Atari, started out with all that stuff, and I've been around enjoying all the technological advances and everything. It's been fantastic. What a ride.
Plus, you grew up in like the best era for music too, so.
Yes, exactly. If they do make an Odo Island version, will it be the scale of the current Godzilla, or will it be its own scale? I think that they'll make it its own scale. I don't think that they'll make it, because if they made it relative to how it's supposed to be, I think it's going to be really, really short, really small.
At that point, just making a Bandai HG release.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did with Godzilla Earth, right? They decided to do the mini Phileas in there, so. But I think it would tiny. I think it would be at its own scale. Like, if they did a baby Godzilla, that would be at its own scale, too.
Yeah. S.H.MonsterArts Mania, where you at?
Let's hear. What are some older figures you'd like them to reintroduce to the new paint scene, new accessories? We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. You know, I'd like to see Godzilla 1972 introduced with a new, more of a charcoal gray color than the green color that they went with.
As for older figures, I mean, Jesus, there's so many. I mean, I would like to see a battle damaged and drooling Biolante from S.H.MonsterArts. And it's got an anniversary coming up pretty soon too, so
that'd be
it's
pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah, who knows?
So going beyond Godzilla and the MGP line, if we're not sticking with that, I would say I would like to see them do bring back the King Ghidorah 91 from Hokkaido battle scenes and give it the battle damaged wings. I would love to see that. Yeah. And I would love to see more improvements into the wings compared to the originals.
Because those did have problems.
Old school games mentioned, yeah. Yeah, don't give me your stone face. Those things are That's what built America right there. No, I'm kidding. Is there any... Hey, Rob, really quick. Were you a Nintendo or Sega guy?
My first ever video game ever was Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis. So that's what I grew up with before I got a Nintendo 64.
Oh, see, I grew up with Atari Nintendo, but I am a Sega guy, 100%.
Dude, Sega had the best OSTs out of all of them. I'm sorry.
Sure did. Puts the Super Nintendo to shame.
It does. It really does. You got Michael Jackson for Sonic 3, so you lose. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you lose immediately. Is there any news for MonsterArts King Ghidorah 2019 2.0? Sorry, I don't have any news on that. And if I did, I could not publicly share it, unfortunately. If they do a King Ghidorah 1991 Decisive Battle version, Damaged Wings and Severed Head, I'd expect a Godzilla 1991 Hokkaido Decisive Battle version. Yeah, they did the Shinjuku one, and Hokkaido is on the list. So I have a feeling that those are going to come sooner than you think.
More than likely. I could see those happening like next year.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hope we see new Showa figures in the future. Yeah, I think the thing with Showa is not to expect an influx of Showa, but at least one Showa a year. I think that we can expect that.
As long as it's Ebira that's next, I'm fine.
I think if we're going to see another Showa figure, it's going to be Terror of Mechagodzilla. So
probably. And I'm not mad at that either.
Yeah. S.H.MonsterArts Starship Troopers. That'd be interesting.
It would be.
Young Guri figure from Monster Arts. Son Goji, Dad Goji figure. Yeah. Hey, you got another person out of bat in your cage right there.
Hell yes.
My first
Gojira
console was PS4. I'm late Gen Z. Oh. I mean, everybody starts with something, right? At the end of the day, everybody starts with something.
Yep. It don't matter.
But I think you do appreciate more when you go back to the classic stuff and you try to play them and you're like, man, how did people play this stuff back in the day?
Especially...
we grilled through it, man. We had to go through it.
Yeah, especially those games that are revered as classics and you play them today and it's like, oh man, there's a lot of jank going on here.
Mm-hmm. Rob, you can read this question here.
What question is this?
Or a statement, I should say.
Squidora, I should kick your ass.
Oh, God. I'd like them to do Guardian Monsters of Japan set. I mentioned to you a while ago. You can tell Rob about that. I'm sure he'd be on board with it. Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's that?
Guardian Monsters. Guardian Monsters of Japan set? We'll talk about it later. We're going to wrap it up. Sega had better controller layout. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was. I felt like the C button was always useless, but because especially for the games that I played, like Sonic games, like A, B, and C did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But if you were into like the fighter games, I think that they did the 6 button for Sega Genesis. I never got into that stuff, but I know that people swear like that's like the best way to play a fighting game is have that 6 button layout.
I'd have to agree because yes, I was there. I played it.
Shit. Boy, Squidora. Oh boy, we have some crosstalk there about the Squidora. Do you think they'll make Kong Skull Island and Skull Devil? Nah. It doesn't seem to be on their radar, unfortunately.
At this point, I don't think so.
You're gonna have to rely on Hyatt Toys to revisit their Skull Island figure.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I think old school NES games are cool. I played them on NES apps. I mean, yeah. I'm not against emulation for people to try these things out for the first time, just to experience it. Yeah, go for it. They're sold out. You're never going to find these things ever again unless you have a Nintendo Switch membership, and go for it.
Not with the way the market is these days, where GameStop is reselling NES games in the box for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like, yeah.
I have to go now, guys. Bless you. Dude, I still can't beat Mega Man 3. Yeah, that's... St. Pepsi's
Mega Man 3 is hard.
Yeah, it is. We'll see you later, St. Pepsi. Thanks for stopping by, man. I also uploaded funny videos and edits. Would like to watch. Not forcing. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll check it out. The Legion Puff. SHMA Rose Biolante, please Biolante. Please. Can't talk. Please Bandai.
I'd be there for that too.
There's a kit that's online that's so well done of rose form Biollante, and they did many of them. And different variants of like the bud sprouting and stuff like that. And unfortunately I found about it too late, and it was a Wonderfest kind of thing. So there's not a lot on the market at all. There's like virtually none. And I've been looking for them to this day, but I would love to get one of those kits of rose form Biollante. They look really good. I can't remember the guy's name though. I'll have to look it up, and I'll maybe make a post about it eventually. Mahep says, wish you good night. I think he's talking to the other guy, St. Pepsi. But speaking of good night, Rob, we're caught up with the chat.
We are.
We are caught up.
Are.
And
At
with that,
3 a.m.
Yeah, my God, you guys kept Rob up way too late. It's only 11:47 for me though. So with that said, Robo Lizard, no! Robo Lizard was secretly like trying to get people to come on to keep the chat going. Oh wow, good. Wish you guys a good night. Bye. We'll see you later, Goober. We're gonna head out too. It'd be interesting for them to do 4 Monster X half trend. Yeah, absolutely, man. That would cost a lot though to do a transforming part. So with that being said, that wraps up this stream. So let me hit my record button here on myself. Okay. So yeah. Rob, this was a fantastic stream. Thank you for hanging out and everything with the chat and whatnot. This was a lot of fun. We got to look at Legion and everything, the body form. We will be back, though, for a part 2 stream of the flight form. So I'm going to try and do that either the next day or the day after that, but hopefully tomorrow. I just have a lot of things on my plate, so I don't want to make any promises, but that will be the goal. Rob, are you going to be available to join tomorrow, or are we going to miss you?
It depends, because tomorrow is the WWE Clash in Paris, and then Monday is Raw. So
this is true.
It depends, because I can't miss that, because my friend pays for it, and I gotta make.
Hey, no worries. Wait, are you going in person, or are you watching online?
Oh no, I'm gonna be watching online. I think Clash in Paris like 3 p.m. tomorrow, but.
Okay.
I'm not going to be watching until much later, so I can like view with the homies and everything, because that's ridiculous.
I got you. Yeah, I've got a full day tomorrow, so I'm not making any promises for everybody, but hopefully, if things work out, the stars align, maybe 9 o'clock tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. 9 o'clock my time, which would be midnight your time.
Whew, maybe. We'll see.
So, and then if it's going to be on Monday, we will probably do it at 8 p.m. my time. So
we will see.
We will see. We'll talk about it. But yeah, again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the stream and everything. You guys are awesome and sticking it out and hanging out with us, asking these questions. I'm sorry I petered out with the... it's so hot in the apartment and everything, and I just didn't have it in me to continue on with Legion, because Legion is such a big figure. It's a beautiful figure, getting it assembled. Now that I have my gloves off, I'm going to try and assemble the middle section so that it's actually connected securely. So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and we're going to see you guys very soon for the flight form.
Heck yeah.
Until then, we'll catch you guys later.
Peace out.